everybody, I'm Brad Ellis. Welcome to Frame Trap, our bi-weekly in-depth discussion gaming podcast. You were just chugging water. That was sick. Joining me this week is Daniel Bloodworth.
Yo.
And Michael Huber.
Oh.
I mean, he's not back quite yet. We'll probably have him back next episode.
Yeah, he's in a couple streams from Texas, though.
Yes.
So there's like a good, hour and a half of Texas chatter on those last couple Damiani streams if you want to get an update.
If you need that Damiani fix.
Yeah.
We got some cool stuff to talk about today, but before we get into it, please check us out on patreon.com/easyallies. That is primarily how we're supported, and it mean a lot to us if you headed on over there and checked it out. Also, please, if you're watching this video on YouTube, give us a little like-a-rooney. You can ring that bell if you want updates from everything else we do, and leave a comment, good vibes. And if you're listening to it on whatever podcast service, please leave us a nice review if you enjoyed the show. Okay, Michael.
Yo.
We went to Blizzcon.
Yes.
On Friday.
Blizzcon.
It had been a while, a couple of years since Blizzcon.
I sent all the emails.
Blood sent all the emails. We got in there. It felt nice to be back.
Yeah.
You and me were at the opening ceremony.
Absolutely. Good vibes.
Very good vibes. Very hype. Yes, very hype. Particularly because of Chris Metzen for me.
Oh, Chris Metzen.
The legend.
My man.
But let's just kind of talk about, Huber, what they announced all of there.
Yeah.
We'll just start with Overwatch. I think that was the first thing they talked about.
Yeah.
Mostly what I remember from Overwatch was this new hero.
Yeah.
His name is Mauga, I think you say his name. He's a Samoan character. Tank character. So
Huber bait, for sure.
We got to play one game.
This is my character.
Yeah, we got to play one game the entire time.
Yeah.
So, because the press room for everyone, none of the press were in there for some reason.
It was
It was weird.
very poorly.
Press rooms are kind of like that.
I've been to a fair
I've
amount
been
of
to BlizzCon
BlizzCons.
press rooms, and this was weird.
Yeah,
okay.
it was not fully planned well.
There was technical issues.
Technical issues. No one was really there.
No one was there, so we couldn't play a lot of stuff.
I wish they had some devs up there, or anyone for that matter. There was just no
There's
one.
one poor PR guy. He's just I don't know why.
Yeah.
That poor guy. But he tried his best to help us, which was nice.
Yeah, because every game you would need 10 bodies to play.
8 or 10 bodies. Because
So-
Overwatch. We had played Overwatch with 6 people, and it wasn't even a real match. Everyone was just messing around shooting each other.
Yeah.
But Hubert did get to use this hero.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this guy,
I
Mike?
really like him. He's 100% my style. I'm a Reinhardt. Well, I was.
You
a
was
Reinhardt main. I love tanks. I love aggression.
Yes.
So it is 100% immediately one of my favorite characters to play in this game. Big old tank. He has a charge where you run forward and then you do a big stomp and it pops everybody into the air. And then he has 2 miniguns. Your left minigun applies burn damage basically, and then when they're burned, your right minigun deals bonus damage.
Yeah.
You can fire both at the same time, but the
accuracy gets way off.
Yeah, the
you gotta
accuracy
be close to do it.
Yeah. Accuracy goes insane. And then my other favorite thing when I'm not tanking or charging in like Galahad is healing. And he also has a heal.
Oh, he had a heal? I don't remember.
He has a heal.
Cool.
And then his ultimate is AoE, chains pop out, and then you have unlimited ammo, and everyone is stuck to the chain.
Yeah.
They can't go anywhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
So it's everything about this
Sounds
character.
like Dead by Daylight or something.
Yeah, everything about this character is my favorite shit.
Yeah.
So
he seemed really cool.
Yeah.
I did like him.
He would immediately be one of my mains in my rotation, no question. If I still play Overwatch.
If he comes back, yeah, it'll be interesting to check out Overwatch 2 someday again.
Yeah.
Because I have not played in a very long time. Before we get into other stuff there, sadly though, you're bummed out about this.
Overwatch?
No. There was zero StarCraft.
Oh, it was a slap in the face.
I don't think they even said StarCraft.
No, only Phil Spencer did. And when he talked about it, he said how it revolutionized live service games. That's your fucking takeaway from StarCraft. It wasn't in the opening montage. Nobody said it.
It was not in the opening montage.
No.
You're right.
At least just acknowledge it, please. I just felt really...
It exists.
Yeah,
There's many people that like StarCraft.
Yeah, so I just felt I felt disrespected,
Yeah, you're sliding.
honestly.
You're sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean,
Dude, that Phil Spencer saying live service about StarCraft is because that's going to be the future of it whenever it comes back. But it is funny that is the takeaway from it.
exactly. So I was pretty disappointed there.
I mean, I know this is like old rumor stuff, but do you think we ever would see like a World of StarCraft kind of thing?
Maybe, Blood. I don't know.
Like instead of like trying to like make a sequel to WoW, maybe just like leave WoW where it's at, and like the sequel to WoW is basically StarCraft. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because StarCraft, it's like, I mean, they could just make up a bunch of stuff. Who knows? Because when I think of StarCraft, I think of Protoss, Zerg, and Terran. It's like, you know, how are you gonna play as like a Zerg or something like that? You know, it's like a player.
Yeah.
I guess you could do Protoss and Terran, but I don't know. They could just make something up. Who knows? Who cares? I don't know, Blood. That's a good question. I feel like if they do a new MMO, it'll be WoW 2 or something completely new, like what Project Titan, what turned into Overwatch.
Yeah. But as far as the Overwatch presentation, Brad, it was exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
New hero. New mode sounds cool. You know, you capture points. It's basically tug of war.
Yeah.
Capturing a point, everyone fights for that point, and you go forward or backwards.
Yeah, and they showed Hanamura, the maps coming back. One of the old.
Yeah.
It's been gone for a long time because of that mode or whatever, that 2CP, but that's like a classic map everyone remembers. You know?
Yeah.
Like I remember that from the beta. It was a cool map.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see it coming back. But yeah, it's fine. Overwatch 2 is fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like, I don't know, just after the whole like campaign got dropped, and you know we're getting deep now into Overwatch 2. I don't think fine is enough.
No, it's
you
not.
know?
Yeah, it's
so like, it's exactly what I expected though. But I also was hoping there would be more there.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
And we also got Diablo 4, some info about Diablo 4.
Yeah.
New expansion coming out,
which was like
the Vessel of Hatred.
Yeah.
So it's like one thing is it's in the jungle zone, I think, from D2. I don't remember what it's called, but
same. It's been a while.
It's all that stuff, and there's also a brand new class that's not been in past Diablo games.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm down with that. Everyone was thinking Paladin. Paladin would have been sick though.
Yeah.
Love Paladin, but it's all right. I was willing to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
What did you think about this? You played Diablo 4
quite a bit.
You liked Diablo 4. You had a good time.
I had a really good time with Diablo. I know there are some issues, but Season 2, unfortunately, I haven't had time to hop in.
Yeah.
But Season 2 addressed a shit ton of complaints. This was also weird though, Brad, because all of this news about like 40% faster leveling and quality of life changes they were like announcing on the stage, and it's like, yo, you guys released that info like already. So it was like they were like regurgitating a lot of info.
They're gonna do that because you know they have so many eyes on them now.
For sure.
Yeah. So, people don't catch every blog post.
Exactly. This I was happy with because Diablo 4 just came out, so I was not expecting really anything.
Yeah.
And the fact that they announced the expansion already for the end of next year.
Yeah.
That was even more than I was expecting.
So I think their whole thing as a company now is they're going to do expansions yearly now.
Yeah.
With all their games.
Yep.
And we'll get into that more as we continue on this, but probably less patches just going throughout there, just more. It's going to be like Destiny, you know, how they do that yearly, usually like that. So it doesn't sound great, but I guess we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these are going to be like $50 at least. They're going to do early access 3 days early, pay $100 for everything probably. Just the way it is.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Yeah.
So we got some of that. Then we got to like a big Warcraft block. Lots of stuff with Warcraft going on there. We got Hearthstone's new expansion, Showdown in the Badlands. What did you think about this?
Okay. Since day one. Game Trailers Game of the Year, Hearthstone. Since day one.
2014.
Yes, I wanted duos, okay? I play StarCraft duos, trios. I play Fortnite duos, trios. That is my vibe. Rarely do I fuck around 1v1ing in games, right?
You did a lot of Hearthstone because that's all there was.
Exactly. I played so much Hearthstone over the years. But co-op is what I wanted
The most.
forever.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad they're finally doing it. The only problem I had with it is that it's in Battlegrounds only. There's no like ladders or just ranked co-op play. It's a battleground mode.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they just evolve that as things go on.
I hope. Because, like, even with Magic the Gathering, I grew up playing Towers or Castle or whatever you call it, where it's like, 3-on-3, one person is like the leader and you have to like attack the side characters before you attack them. Like, always looking to play co-op.
I think it's really cool. Like, that would get me more willing to play Hearthstone. I played a little bit of Hearthstone, but I'm not like super huge into card games. But playing with a friend always adds a nice little enjoyment level.
Totally, and just another option. When you don't want to get sweaty and grind the ladders. Exactly.
Yeah, you just want to have a good time. You're not trying to hit Legend.
Exactly.
Shout out to Ben Moore trying to hit Legend all those years ago.
Yes. They are getting smart with these come back to us please packs, basically.
Yeah, these are actually really enticing, I think, if you haven't been playing.
Absolutely, because Hearthstone is damn expensive if you want to play legit.
Yeah, dude, virtual TCG.
The legend, it all hinges on like having those legendary cards, 1600 dust. You have to disenchant like so many damn cards to get those, and so many decks are built on one or even like 2, 3, 4, 5 legendary cards, and those are what you need. So it can get pretty brutal to get back in and confusing if you haven't played in a while.
Yes.
So this was a really nice gesture.
Yeah, it's like they're doing like the thing with 50 cards or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like
you open a pack, you get like 50 cards.
Just to help you catch up and stuff.
Yeah. So I assume if you hop into Hearthstone now, you're gonna get a shit ton of cards, which is really cool. I mean, I hopped in the other day to just like see
what's going on,
what was going on, because I wanted to. I was gonna stream it because it just gave me 150 packs.
Wow,
I have 150 packs right now for some reason. Dude, I don't know why.
Cracking.
I haven't played Hearthstone in like 5 years.
Yeah, years.
Maybe not 5 years, maybe like 3 or 4 years.
But it's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
So I have like, and now with these like come back to us please packs. I probably have like 1 million cards to open, and I just want to like crack them all on stream. I think that'd be fun.
Dude, that would be really fun. It makes me want to play, because as much as I don't play that game, I think it is such a enjoyable game.
Yeah.
Especially to watch people play.
It's so fun.
And that soundtrack is so damn good. That Hearthstone soundtrack is fantastic, man. God, they're so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Cozy.
Also, Warcraft Rumble. Mobile game. We're going to get into this more later, because Huber's been playing a lot. I've played a little bit of it. We'll talk more about it as we go. Huber's addicted.
I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I was playing while I was eating. Like,
dude, yeah, this is like Hearthstone all over again for Huber.
Yeah.
Goaty, dude.
Yeah.
I remember you guys making fun of this game when it was announced.
Not me. I was the least skeptical about it. I was like, let's give it a chance. But I remember Ben and Huber very much against it. Because that was
mobile, and State of Blizzard.
Yeah, it was dark.
Yeah.
It was dark times.
Dark times.
Dark times. I mean, they're not out of the darkness yet.
Yeah.
But it's looking a little more positive, I guess.
Yeah.
We hope,
Yeah.
We hope they're, Mike Ybarra, I think, recently, who's the president of Blizzard, had an interview where he's saying, like, they have more independence than they've had in a very long time under Microsoft. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. Because they've definitely been under Activision's thumb for a long time, so...
Yeah.
Hopefully we can see an upswing coming from them.
Definitely.
Everyone wants to root for Blizzard.
Yeah.
Everyone wants them to succeed.
Like those, StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft.
Yeah.
Pillars.
Just things we love. Please. Thank you.
Pillars.
Let's move on to World of Warcraft now. So then they did World of Warcraft Classic, still going to close.
More streams to come. Holy shit.
Yeah. They announced Cataclysm.
Love Cataclysm.
Because, Wrath of the Lich King's going on right now. Cataclysm is the next step.
For Classic.
That feels like kind of the end to me for Classic.
Cataclysm is like the last...
That feels like WoW 1.0 kind of ending.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what's after that? Like the
Mist of Pandaria.
Yeah. Cataclysm was the last time I got so hardcore with WoW. Like, that was my run.
Me too. I mean,
and then Mist came, and it was like, okay, I'll play like each expansion for a couple months maybe and dip out. And then I completely fell off on Shadowlands.
Yeah, exactly. So that's coming. Cool, whatever. I'm not going to play that, but great for people that want to do it. So
I'm
of
all
course,
about that hardcore.
The big thing in WoW nowadays is classic hardcore. Everyone's playing classic hardcore. It's so popular.
Fun, dude.
Even Huber played it.
It is so fun because it is the best. It like playing WoW Classic is one thing, but like the thing that got away from WoW over the years was just how not mindless it became, but just how like efficient, like, you know, do this, queue this, go. And just like disconnected from the world it started to feel. Hardcore, you are so invested in the immediate action. Like every single mob is life or death, and that is what I love. The highest possible stakes.
You better hope you don't get disconnected, because that can easily happen. You'll die.
Definitely.
Or get layered to another realm with a bunch of mobs, and you'll just die. Gotta be careful.
Yeah,
That's just the way it is,
It's
man.
awesome. It's awesome.
Probably what most people, or a lot of big audience, was excited for was the Season of Discovery announced for Classic. This is like a new thing.
It's a really cool idea.
It's like people have been rumoring and speculating about this thing called Classic Plus, which would be Classic WoW, like vanilla WoW with new content. And this kind of seems like a twist on that. So they're talking about specifically like classes like a Warlock who is a damage class, like only being able to tank or something like that, or a mage who is only a damage class being able to heal, like a really weird twist on these classes, giving you different ways to play, I guess.
And just giving me that Diablo seasonal vibe, you know?
Yes. So they're saying it's like 1 to 25 right now, level 25. Then later on, it'll keep going up the level. So it is going to be like staggered release kind of thing like that. But it's very cool to me because it just sounds like they're experimenting with stuff and kind of seeing where it's going to go.
Totally.
And I'd rather them do stuff like that than nothing.
Yeah.
There's also going to be like a so Black Fathom Deep is a dungeon original vanilla WoW. They're going to make that like a 10-man raid, which it used to be just like 5 people, but they're going to like 10-man raid with like new mechanics and stuff like that.
So cool.
Pretty cool, pretty interesting. So I'm really curious to see how all that kind of evolves.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about it.
Yeah. I want to play more hardcore for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it gives me survival horror vibes, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I always play on hard, especially in survival horror games, you know, grounded on Last of Us, crank it the hell up, because everything just matters more.
Yeah.
You kill a mob, you get a new piece of gear, you're like, oh, new piece, like, okay, better armor, let's go. Like, gold matters more. Every single thing you do matters more. And I love that feeling.
Yeah, I do too. I think if I got to like level 40, because dude, it takes so long to level
So
Classic,
long.
and I died, I'd just be like, all right, I'm probably good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One and done,
Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah.
For sure. You got one life to live. Definitely.
I just probably be
And
like,
then
yeah,
tap out.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
Then we had
There's, you can also, I think there's like, you can like flag for PvP.
yeah.
And I think if you like retreat or something, or like,
Yeah, you get the debuff.
you get the debuff for 3 in-game days.
Yeah, it's like you have to play, and it's like
72
it's
hours.
like 20% damage reduction for you. So it's like you don't want to run away.
It is so awesome.
That's like a huge penalty, and I think that's awesome. It should be a huge penalty.
So awesome.
Because Blood, in this mode, you can duel to the death with other players.
Duel to
Grah.
the death.
Duel to the death.
Stranglethorn Vale, dude. See you in the arena.
See the Gurabashi arena. Well, you don't have to.
Yes.
You don't have to accept duels there. You just step in there and it's
Yeah.
game on.
Dude, that in classic hardcore is probably so sick.
Yeah.
I bet people are just camping out there.
Oh, I'm
rogues,
sure, just
rogues just in the
Like a
stands.
crew- they're like 4 rogues. Just yeah. I bet it's brutal. Then good old Chris Metzen came out. He's back at Blizzard, dude. He's like in charge of World of Warcraft now. Feels good. You know, Chris Metzen,
Comforting presence.
comforting presence, been working
Hearken
on,
to me.
been working on WoW since like the very beginning. Huge part of it. Feels good to have him back in there, especially because the story in WoW has been kind of a mess for a while, especially like Shadowlands. It
Yeah.
was like,
Sylvanas like burning shit down was the last time.
well, the jailer was just like, terrible.
Jailer. Oh my god.
it was not good. I finished Shadowlands, like the story. Nah.
No, bro.
No, that's not it.
I scrubbed
That's
that
not
on
it. And like retconning Warcraft 3 story, it's like, nah, dude, this ain't it. This ain't it, dude.
this
You're not
ain't
doing it right.
Yeah.
They like try to make a Thanos character, and it's just like,
So
nah.
stupid. It's always that, dude. We're talking about fucking sagas again. Like, I'm sorry, you know, Warcraft lore lovers, but like, I told Brad at the end, I'm like, yo, not to be a pessimist, but I am so sick and tired of ancient evils returning to destroy the world. How many times have we done this? Like, I'm done with it. It means nothing. There are no stakes. The world is gonna end. This ancient evil is here. I don't care, personally.
What do you want them to do?
Experiment. Try to mix it up. Make it personal. That's why that Sylvanas shit was sick, because it was about like her and like her, she's Horde, but like the Horde was kind of against her. It felt personal. It felt intimate. It was like Horde and Alliance shit, like burning the world tree. Like that stuff is cool. More of that, please. I was pleased with the cinematic because it was intimate. But when they announced these expansions you're about to talk about, I'm very skeptical about it, because it is, again, just more ancient evil has returned to destroy Azeroth, and I'm just so checked out of it.
So
I would like a smaller threat, please.
So, like you were talking about, they announced not one expansion, they announced 3 expansions for World of Warcraft. Pretty unusual.
Wild.
This is in the World Soul Saga. Chris Metzen was talking about, like, yo, we got to wrap these stories up, because, like, we don't want you playing when you're, like, you need your grandkids to help you finish, like, the story and stuff like that. He's like, we got to go. We got to move with purpose kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Which was great. That was pleasing.
Made me very happy, because there's been a lot of loose ends. Like, that sword has been stuck in Sithless for, like, multiple expansions, and they just haven't talked about it. Everyone's like, what's happening? So it seems like they're starting to move some stories along that they needed to move along for a very long time, so that's good.
Metzen gives me hope.
Yeah, Metzen definitely gives me hope. The first expansion is called The War Within, and it's like taking place in the planet itself of Azeroth. And they're talking about the Nerubians, like those bugs that me and Mike really like. If you played Warcraft, you know what we're talking about. They're awesome, dude.
Nerubian assassin.
Yeah. Then the second expansion is called Midnight, which will be about the Void, which has been a threat in WoW forever. Then the third one is called The Last Titan. So this is a storyline they were teasing and stuff a lot of times, like Battle for Azeroth. So we're going to finally close this saga off, so I'm very happy about that. Like, please, just wrap this up kind of thing like that. I'm assuming these expansions are going to be once a year, kind of thing like that. That's what it feels like to me now also. It just seems to be the play for them.
Like 24, 25, 26, or like 24, 25, 27 even.
Yeah. Sure, I can see that. Like 3 or 4 years to get everything done. That seems to be the idea. They're talking about like the next 10 or 20 years of Warcraft, or WoW. I was like, dude, please, just make a new one. Please, dude, I'm begging you. Just make a new game.
Yeah.
Please, dude.
It's 20 years old almost.
It is 20 years old.
Like, yeah.
But that was like those were kind of like the big moments of it. But it was a pretty good BlizzCon, you know? Pretty exciting, especially the WoW. I think the WoW stuff was pretty strong, like very strong, I should say.
3 expansions, Metzen, it was pretty, that was pretty nuts. New season for hardcore, like.
Yeah, some pretty exciting stuff.
For sure. I give that a thumbs up, no doubt. Yeah. And Diablo, I give a thumbs up too, because this game just came out.
Yeah.
Overwatch, I give a thumbs down, even though that hero is a 10 out of 10. Like, immediately one of my mains if I ever hop back in.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they've really fumbled the bag with Overwatch. I know it's still big on Twitch and stuff, and like it's still a big, popular, money-making game. But I feel like they
definitely did mess stuff up.
Yeah.
They know they did. Everyone knows they did.
Yeah. I feel like they could be doing more, and especially at BlizzCon. Yeah, I felt like there needed to be just a little more.
Yeah, hopefully now that they're under Microsoft's umbrella, or whatever, hopefully they'll be able to improve things quicker and better, hopefully, so.
Yeah, and I really feel like Overwatch could really use like the League of Legends treatment, where they like have all these little spin-off games and shows and stuff happening.
Blood, all their games could use that stuff.
Yeah,
Blood,
all their games.
But Overwatch, I think in particular.
Yeah,
right?
they missed the boat so hard on so much of that stuff.
So many different style games off of those characters.
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Like there's been so many video game adaptations lately, like animes, movies, whatever, shows. Where's the Overwatch show? Like, day one when that got announced, it was like, yo, can't wait for the movie soon. Yeah. That was so long ago.
That's what it felt like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they'll do something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be certainly better than the Halo TV show when they bring that back. So, you got something here, Microsoft. Don't mess it up, dude. Yeah. You got it. Just put the right people behind it, please.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Karch wrote in, said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Anduin now? Sorry, we don't praise the Alliance at this office.
Fuck Alliance.
Yeah, we are Horde biased. company.
Yeah.
Alliance are
Loktar.
trash. Yeah, Alliance are trash.
Yeah, Alliance
Sorry.
is trash.
Huber, you wanted smaller
Hughes-
stakes. Do we get this guy getting guilty for tax evasion or something?
Anduin?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Send him to
expansion.
therapy, dude.
It's like my dislikes in the world is like Houston Astros,
The
Alliance, everything else.
That's really intense.
Yeah, yeah. Can't stand Alliance.
But yeah, everyone looked cool in that CG trailer. They all looked cool.
Yeah,
it
for
looked
sure.
really nice. Thrall looked pretty tight. They just need to get out there and start fucking shit up, dude.
Yeah. I'm worried, Brad. I feel like we missed the window on it. I don't think it's ever going to happen now. I always envisioned WoW is ending, one big Horde versus Alliance battle to the death.
Oh, like one faction's dead forever?
Maybe not dead forever, but like one massive end-all, be-all battle between just Horde versus Alliance.
Warcraft, they're always... I mean, Battle for Azeroth was like Horde
Yeah.
versus Alliance for a lot of it.
It's just like this damn uneasy alliance. We need
It
to
always
team
be.
up to fight the
Yeah,
ancient evil every time.
Yeah, well, when you have an MMO where players, are on two different factions and
Yeah.
stuff, you gotta, like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like balancing wise, and having people letting people play with their friends is like
Yeah.
a hard thing to do, especially with that. But
Yep.
yeah, keep it alive in the story and stuff like that. They're also adding a new battleground they talked about in WoW, so I'm very happy about that. I loved battlegrounds back in the
Love
day.
Battlegrounds, dude. Lumbermill, let's go right now.
Yeah, let's go. Rush Lumbermill.
Yep.
Always get wiped. Every time.
Every time,
Every time,
Lumbermill.
dude. We get wiped.
Wiped out.
Wiped out, dude.
Lumbermill.
All the Alliance goes there every time, dude. But yeah, BlizzCon was cool. It was fun to go. Nice to see everything like that. Oh, we walked the show floor for a little bit. The Diablo area, dude. There was like a photo op blood where you can get where like you're getting sacrificed by people. Huber's like, oh, I want to do it, dude, but there's like a huge line.
I use line for it, but it's like sacrificial altar.
There's like people in robes behind it. Yeah, it was super intense, dude.
Yeah. People were getting to Diablo tattoos.
Yeah, that was unhinged,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta stop trying to get people to get tattoos at your convention, dude.
Yeah.
Just stop,
That is
man. It is so intense.
Yeah.
That is like the most intense.
They should do
Brand loyalty.
No, but do just step down. Just do the henna tattoos. Or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, like paint someone's face. Like I don't
Yeah.
care, but like a tattoo
Yeah.
of like the Diablo D, it's like so unhinged and unnecessary, dude. You don't need to do that to people. It's fine. It's fine, everybody.
Yeah, Blood, you're so right. I would do like face paint and shit. I would do that for sure. If like I would wait in line.
Yeah.
Like paint my face like Diablo or some shit.
Yeah. You gotta get a tattoo,
Yeah.
a permanent thing on your body forever.
Yeah, no
I mean, I
thanks.
guess if you're into getting a Diablo tattoo already, sure, I guess. but
Yeah.
It just seemed really unhinged. Walking the floor, just like tattoo this. Just like, good lord, dude. The WoW area was pretty cool too. They're very comfy. There was like the Hearthstone area in there too.
Yep.
Looked like the
The
tavern.
tavern, yeah, tavern was cozy. They had the Dark Moon Fair, like they
Yeah, the Dark Moon Fair was cool. There's too many lines, so we didn't do anything.
Yep.
But it looked cool. Looked very nice.
StarCraft was nowhere.
No StarCraft, no presence whatsoever. I didn't see one Terran, one Zerg, one Protoss anywhere.
Bums me out.
Bums you out, bums me out, bums the boomers out, everybody. It's not good. Please bring it back someday.
It's just sad because like the cynic in me is just like there's not enough money in it, so they're not going to do it, and that is a shitty thing. That is a shitty thing. No longer is it about passion. It is about the money. And like obviously, every single time people bring games are about money. It's a business. Blah 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 blah. Like sure, but the lack of like like battle passes and live service and all that, and the fact that RTS maybe isn't as popular as shooters or battle royales is just like it bums me out. It bums me out.
Yeah, I mean, of course, RTSs are awesome. That was like the esport back in the day for so long. Well, Microsoft or Xbox makes Age of Empires games still, so
Yeah.
maybe they could maybe do it. I mean, it'll be a live service game, no doubt. Especially Phil Spencer essentially just sealed that deal when he said that. So we're gonna have battle pass. That's just the way multiplayer games.
But it's
work
interesting
now.
because with Age of Empires, they went through and like did all the
old ones,
the
remaster.
cleanup, right?
Yeah.
The remaster. So I think they could start there. Like, all right, let's see what we can do to sort of modernize these things, but preserve them
'Cause they did the first
way
one.
people want them.
Yeah, they did the first remaster,
Which was awesome. It's
Yeah.
fine.
and there's 2 didn't get any because they're still kind of new, I guess. They're pretty old now, but, probably didn't need it as bad. Mm-hmm. But Warcraft Reforged could use that again. Touch that up a little bit more, Should fix that game.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's probably better now, but, it's Warcraft 3. You gotta make that thing shine. It's Warcraft 3, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it bums me out.
We're bumming Hebrew out.
Yeah,
huge
it just bums me out because it's about keeping the lights on and the money coming in instead of making new ones.
Well, now they got Xbox money.
Yeah,
that's infinite money.
Because I think of games too, on the flip side with Ubisoft, with For Honor and stuff, and just let's just make this game go forever. And I don't like that mentality. I don't like that business model.
It's just more of a risk.
Yeah,
to make a new game,
Of course,
because it'll.
GTA Online, just keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, League of Legends is still going and so strong.
League of Legends.
On one hand, I see why they don't, because it makes sense financially, and they can just keep adding on to games now and updating them visually and stuff like that. But a sequel is always more exciting.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be a point though. There has to be Warcraft 3 was 20 plus years ago. That is mind-blowing to me. Mm-hmm. If you told me that would be the last Warcraft RTS for over 2 decades, I'd be like, no way, you're a liar. The glory days when we were oh, dude, WoW, a couple expansions, maybe after Lich King, you do Warcraft 4, then WoW 2. It's we wish. We still have WoW 1,
we wish,
and we still have Warcraft 3. That is insane to me.
It is pretty insane. But that's just the reality, I guess. Yep. It is what it is, man.
I know what's wild is I remember my roommates coming home with Warcraft 3.
Yeah, dude. So wild.
Getting so into that, and I had no idea what's going on back then.
Dude, me and this guy in high school going to freaking cyber cafes to play Warcraft 3. That's how long ago that was.
I didn't have a computer.
Yeah.
Well, our house was basically pre-Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. So for
planning
for that and for Halo, we just have these gigantic blue cables.
Yes, Bloodworth
through the hallways and out the windows, go from upstairs to downstairs and stuff.
Yes, that is so awesome.
We just did what we could back then.
Yeah,
that's all we could do.
Bringing computers to houses and stuff.
Dude, what a pain in the ass. But cool.
Yeah,
when it was set up, but what a pain in the ass.
We did that with Diablo 2 a bunch of times.
Yeah.
We would bring our computers to Vin's house.
Nice. Yeah, I remember you brought your computer to my house a couple times for WoW. Because you and me and my brother would play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
So sick.
Huber, I don't know how you're going to feel about this next topic. I'm not sure, so we're going to dig into this right now.
Okay.
You played through the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign.
Yes, controversial right now.
Yeah, let's talk about this, Huber.
His stream is titled, "Is It Bad?"
That's a fair question.
Full on.
It's a fair question, Huber.
Pro YouTuber title right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Good thumbnail. Yeah, YouTube thumbnail right there. Yeah. Is it bad? Yeah. God. I always, there's always new viewers, so I always got to say at the top, I've played Call of Duty since day one on PC, the Call of Duty 1 on PC, played through just about every single campaign.
Yeah, which one have you not played? 3?
I think I did
played
3 on 360, yeah. There is a GameCube one I think I didn't play.
Okay.
Yeah.
But pretty much every single one.
Yes, 98% of all the Call of Duty campaigns I finished. And I really enjoy them. It's like going to see a Transformers movie in the movie theater.
Yeah.
You know?
Spectacle.
Big spectacle.
Money.
Yeah. Goes down easy. Just blast, blast, blast. Cool. Okay. So my expectations are always right where they need to be. My expectations were a little higher for this one because it's Modern Warfare 3 now. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 1 and 2 remakes a lot. And they've mixed up the story a bit. So this one was the introduction of Makarov, which is the villain. Great villain in this game. Definitely the highlight. He had a presence. He was dangerous. He just stole every scene he was in. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is getting ripped to shreds out there.
Yeah.
And my takeaway was that it was fine.
Fine?
I was fine with it. It started slow, But then there were some missions that were like pretty legit. And I was trying to explain it on stream too about just how much baggage there is with it, you know, how you judge the game. Like there are a million ways to critique this game, and I don't know which way is the right way to critique it.
Okay.
It's like, okay, this is a $70 game. This is Modern Warfare 3. This is an annual release now. Like, it's 5 hours long. Like, how do we judge this thing? I don't know, because it's like what I played that was in front of me just in a vacuum was business as usual. It was more Call of Duty. But it's kind of like an Avengers Assemble type one. You know, you're playing as all the characters, which was fun too. You were really bouncing around. You were playing as Farah. You were playing as Ghost. You were playing as Soap. And the structure of it is that the missions are a little more open-ended.
Yeah, they were hyping this up.
Which is like, they were hyping it too much. It's basically just like, here's the map, and your objectives are on the map. Go. You know? But it was really getting bogged down with like picking up loot and shit, you know? Like one of the first missions, you're just on like a shipping yard, and it was like really bad mission. You're just like, go plant the bombs on these 3 things or whatever. Go find this shipping manifest. And it's just like, you know, you're going along, and it's like, you got to get some more weapons, and you're just like going in and like picking up loot, and it's like, I don't even just...
Oh yeah, because this is the one they were talking about. They put the kill streak stuff in the campaign, right?
Yeah, and all that stuff really bogged it down. It really fucked up the pace. It's like, the very first mission is really linear. You know, it's just like...
Is that the one they showed at like the preview thing?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And that was the most like linear
Like
mission.
they come in from the sub and all that?
Yeah, and it was really cool. You know, first mission, no, I guess a little bit of spoilers. First mission, though, you're busting Makarov out of like the gulag or whatever. And yeah, that mission was cool. It was like high stakes, but then it kind of dipped down a bit. But then later I got to a mission where it's like, I'm Price, and I'm in just this valley, you know, and it's beautiful because these games always look really gorgeous. You know, and there's like shades of all gillied up, you know, you're crawling through the long grass. And it was just business as usual, Brad. Like there was one really, really cool mission where you get to play as Ghost, and you're on a dam, and it's a night mission, and it's stealthy, and you know, just same as every other thing, you gotta like disarm a couple bombs, but just the structure, the layout of the mission was really good. There's like snipers, there's vehicles kind of patrolling, so that one worked really well. There's a high-rise level where you have to like get to the top. It's like the raid vibes. Cool. And it's like, yeah, you're like going out windows and like climbing these rafters and then going back inside and like shooting a bunch of people. So like some of the missions were cool because the layout had a lot to do with it. That shitty shipping container one was bad because it's just like, here's your little square map and like some containers everywhere. Boring, you know? But there were also some really good ones. There's also some very, very hard core missions. When we started, I was like, there's no way they're going to do no Russian, right? There are 2 insane missions that were very uncomfortable to play. And I like that shit, but also like they had nothing to say about it, which is annoying, you know? Like these missions are hardcore and it's shocking and it's crazy to play. It's like, holy fuck. You know, there's one on an airplane. There's one at a stadium where constantly civilians are running out and you have to like, you know, you're not just spraying. It's like pick your shots. It's really crazy. I was like, I'm super uncomfortable here, but it doesn't say anything. And I wish, there was one point on stream where I was like, yo, I wish we could just like have a mission where we're just like shooting the shit and like having a drink at a bar and like, you know, I wish there were character building missions. You know, when characters die, you don't feel anything because every mission is just like, Raj, good to go. Enemy spotted, enemy down.
Huber has a Raj counter.
Yeah,
on the
it
stream,
was
by
like
the way.
30 times almost. But it's like, you can't have meaningful character emotions, you know, they're just so, every single character is an archetype. There are no characters. They're just archetypes. And like Makarov was cool because Makarov was interesting and engaging because he's just like the archetype charismatic villain. But it's like I don't really know your true like why you want to do this. Like I wish it's at a point now where I wish Call of Duty would really shake it up and try to go into more character building stuff. I think that would go a long way into making everything you do in the game more meaningful, from characters, from like civilians and stuff dying. Like you are at the top of the video game world, you know? You are the highest selling game of all time. Everyone plays your game. Like you should do more. It's like you have a responsibility if this is your subject matter to maybe make it matter more.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're saying it's like 5 hours.
Yeah. I played on hardened. There's also veteran.
Sure. But
if you play on regular,
but you're also but at the same time you're saying that like you bounce around playing as all these different characters.
Yeah.
And so I can see that alone making it kind of hard to get attached to. It's like, who is this guy again? Kind of thing.
100%. Yeah, there's like one, like Farah is like the only one who like kind of has some emotions because in Modern Warfare 1 or 2, you like play as her as a kid and stuff. So her character is really the only like heart of the game. And then everyone else is just like, terrorists bad. Let's go stop them. Let's go save everybody. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's fine. But then it goes back to like, how are we judging this game? It is an entertainment product. Like, is that just Call of Duty going through, shooting everyone, bang, 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 it's over? Like, there's so much baggage. But there's so many ways for it to grow, or for it to be judged, I mean.
Yeah, but like you're saying, though, like in the marketing, they were, looking to give people more depth. Reinventing the franchise. It's like, it's not...
Not at all.
Yeah.
It was 100% business as usual.
Yeah, it's not quite good enough to say all of that and then be like, okay, well... It doesn't really feel like you did anything out of the ordinary.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Twiddlesticks wrote in, "Sup, allies? So I am sure many are aware of the current critical reception of Modern Warfare 3's campaign. Just looking at Huber's expressions during his stream of the campaign, I can already hear Jones narrating his deep disappointment. When we see evidence of bugs that show that was supposed to be DLC, such as trophies linked with Modern Warfare 2 and the acquired in Modern Warfare 2 disc to play, while we have yet to see if the multiplayer is any good, I just can't help but feel that should have skipped this year and stuck with what it was supposed to be.
Oh,
DLC.
So the multiplayer's not available yet?
No,
this
weekend.
campaign
Coming up. Couple days.
I genuinely think their current operations of multiple studios working on this game, the next games, and Warzone support is unsustainable if the output continues to diminish like this.
Yeah.
Phil has got to do something. Huber, Brad, Blood, what say you?"
Yeah, I would like them to do more. Especially after this one. I think we deserve more for this. You have an annual release. It's a $70 game, and there is a hardcore contingent of fans who love Call of Duty campaigns. A lot of people don't engage with it, but a lot of people do, and I lament that, I don't like that, Battlefield doesn't have them all the time, I like campaigns in these games. I think it's a nice, you look at the whole package, right? You buy Call of Duty and it's like, okay, I get a campaign. I get multiplayer. I get zombies. Warzone's free, but throw that in there too. And it's like, there's so many ways to play. Right. And I love that the campaign is you don't have to play with other people. You can just play this campaign and build out the world and get a sense of the vibes of the multiplayer. It's who these people are, where are they, what's going on. So it just adds to it a little bit. But, there was a time when these campaigns were revolutionary, aiming down the sights in Call of Duty 1 was holy shit. It was insane. Mm-hmm. Some of these, the production values was enough to carry it to that next level,
Absolutely.
It's like the MCU of old when you would go and the special effects would be whoa, Iron Man, whoa, crazy. And when that dips and becomes less than good, that's a huge blow to the that's a huge blow to it.
Yeah, I would say in terms of the output of this series going on the future, the most I could see for Call of Duty taking a break is a year, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah. Because when Black Ops 4 didn't have the campaign, I was bummed.
Yeah.
I was bummed out. They had like the little character missions you could do, but it wasn't really anything. That bummed me out. It felt like I was getting way less from Call of Duty that year.
Like, Call of Duty is like the #1 selling game every year.
Yep.
They are going to keep these games coming out no matter what as long as they can because it makes them a ton of money. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
You don't see Madden stopping. You don't see any of those sports games stopping, even if they're terrible. They just keep coming, baby.
Yep.
They just keep coming. I think if it was DLC, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But, you're going to lose a lot of money. And Call of Duty is a money-making machine. They got to keep that machine going.
Yeah.
Like, the machine's not going to stop because they bought this.
It's such a bummer.
Yeah. It's not.
I am curious, though, if they're, especially with the success of Warzone, like, and the fact that it's more and more feels like there's like 4 separate products, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if, there is some kind of path to where it's like, your multiplayer zombies Warzone are separate from a campaign that comes out every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many people just buy the campaign, though, by itself.
I feel like the campaign is just everyone's warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually is.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, it's like your midnight launch.
Yeah.
Here it is. Midnight launch. Play through the campaign. Cool. Whatever. All right. See you guys in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to sell that for $70. Just that campaign,
See,
right.
I just don't like the state of so many things in the world right now. And it's like, we deserve better with this. They've become complacent and they've become, like you were saying, the money-making machine. It doesn't stop. It prints money. Like, the passion is gone. It's just this fucking McDonald's factory. Here you go. Here's your cheeseburger and fries every single time. And it's like, no, please no.
That's what Call of Duty is. Call of Duty's been that forever. Or a very long time, That's just the way it is, man. Who knows? Things could change. I don't know. I don't see it stopping, though, anytime soon.
Yeah. Like, think about when Modern Warfare came out. That campaign was just insane.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops campaign. It's just...
Dude, when you have yearly releases, though, it's just like... You can't pump them out with high quality all the time.
Yeah.
They have so many people working on Call of Duty,
And I just wish they wouldn't,
I know. Me too. I wish they would take at least a year off. A straight year. Not DLC... Just nothing for a year. I would love that.
Same.
But
like, that's actually a kind of, I don't ever praise GTA Online, but it's like kind of nice that GTA can like make their money with their online while they take 10 plus years to make potentially one of the greatest games ever made. Like, maybe it's a bit long, 5 years for Red Dead, 5-6 more years for GTA, but like, look at that quality, like going for that quality, not cranking them out. So maybe, if they just keep working on multiplayer, working on Warzone, and like every couple years we get that campaign, I think that would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
For sure, Bloodworth. I like it.
Yeah, like Blood was saying, Call of Duty is a very strange thing where it's like 4 different products all in one. Like, if you play Call of Duty every now and then, it's like a hell of a value usually. You get so much game in there, so I totally get it. Yeah, but if you're a yearly person like Mike, dude, it's hard not to get burnt out.
Yep.
Thankfully, I have no desire to play Call of Duty. It feels good, man. The only time I played Call of Duty was when I reviewed them for work, and that was about it.
It's like I love it on its own, and I love the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Every single time that shit comes out, it just feels
I'm cool
electric.
with being on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I don't need to be a part of every zeitgeist. I'm staying out of this one. You guys have fun.
It helps that Grumbone plays.
Yeah, that absolutely does help. But yeah, Call of Duty, very strange, very disappointing to hear that the mission structure is not very exciting.
Yeah.
Multiple routes or whatever.
Couple good missions though.
That sounded like the most exciting thing to me, but
you're still just running and gunning.
Yeah, that's just Call of Duty,
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. It's Call of Duty.
I wish it was more linear and focused.
Yeah.
I don't think the experiment paid off.
Yeah.
When we did that ghost mission. Also, the fact that I streamed it with chat probably made me like enjoy it more. Like if I was playing this just on my own, I'd probably be even more like harsher on it.
Because
Like
you
if
get
you're
to
playing in a
you get to
vacuum.
share your thoughts while you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just playing by yourself.
I would probably be really bummed out, but yeah, there were like that ghost mission and the high rise mission. It was like, yo, this feels like the concept of the game. It feels like, yo, this is what they wanted throughout.
Just didn't come through.
And it didn't come through on a lot of those missions.
Yeah, and I think your expectations were probably set already, kind of. You're like expecting something not great.
Sure, you see that 4 out of 10 come out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Perception
whoa.
and expectations are very strange.
Yep.
But yeah, Call of Duty, what are you going to do? Keeps making money. People enjoy it, though. No problem. Keep playing it. If you enjoy it, please play. All right, let's play something. Let's talk about something completely different, dude. Alanwake 2. I finished this like a night or two ago. Huber, you finished it a while ago. Blood, you've been playing through this slowly.
I've not necessarily been playing so slowly. It's just that I kind of like got sidetracked on the other stuff that I was playing for this.
That's
so.
what I meant, though. It's
I'm not that far in.
Yeah.
But when I get back to it, I don't think it'll be necessarily that slow. But,
Blood, how are you feeling about it right now? From what you've played?
This is my favorite kind of crazy nonsense.
Yeah,
Of like what
sure.
the heck is going on?
Yeah.
Your whole head twisting around.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
I think
the live action bits in there, like really.
all that is done super well. Remedy is I really enjoy their storytelling, how they handle it. Like they are such a narrative focused studio, and I'm glad they continued that trend. I got some problems with this game, but we'll talk about them later. But what do you think, Huber? How are you feeling about it? Obviously, you said this was your favorite game of the year.
Yep.
I can see it. Like when people say that, I can be like, yeah, I totally get that.
It feels familiar yet wholly original.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because it plays way different than the first game.
Yeah.
Way different.
It is. First up, just like it's my favorite vibe. You know, dark woods, shadow
let's
monsters.
check the boxes real quick. Survival horror, check.
Check.
Dark woods, check.
Check. Punished Alanwake.
Check.
Yeah. Shotguns.
Yes, check.
Yeah.
Multiple shotguns, check.
Yeah. Fucking Sam Lake in
Sam
the
Lake,
flesh.
check.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is just, it is all of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Because I love movies and shows as much as I love video games, and it really feels like such a cool combination of two.
Yeah, they did such a good job of tying all that stuff in.
Yeah.
They've learned a lot from Quantum Break and stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like integrating live action into it's done so much better in this game.
Yeah.
Like Quantum Break bored me to tears during those live action segments.
They were so rough.
But they were done so well here. Like those TV ads, man, of the two brothers, I just love those. They're so good. They don't drag on too long, which I really like all the time too. A lot of documents again, though.
A lot of documents.
Yeah.
But way less than Control.
Yes, Control was
Way less.
insane. Like Control, I'd walk in a room, there was here's 10 pages.
Yeah.
They're all 4 paragraphs.
Way less. But this game feels so special.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
And I love the combat. You know, I love how intimate it feels, how impactful each encounter feels. I love the board that you put the clues on. At first, I was like, oh, this is weird. You're just kind of throwing things up. But then as the game goes on, it's like, yo, this is pulling me into the game more. It's like this simple thing of just pushing a couple buttons to put it on the board, cool, whatever, gameplay wise, not interesting, but narratively, immersively, it pulled me in a way I wasn't expecting.
I definitely feel like they do it a little bit too much, though. I didn't need all the collectibles to have their little board paths. There's definitely mysteries.
But I love the context of all that.
There's definitely mysteries and stuff there that it's cool to think about. But the actual
rhymes?
act of taking out every photo of every lunchbox is I don't know.
Yeah, Huber, you know what it felt like to me? I felt like I was cleaning my house or something at some parts. Because I would look at my case thing and there'd be 7 tabs with stuff. And I was like, okay, and I look at how many cards. I'm like, oh, God, dude, I got
Sure.
Okay,
the
next one.
The cult stashes, all right. Maybe a few too many cult stashes.
Dude, it gets pretty
a lot.
crazy later on.
But I
like the concept of it and the immersive element of it. I think that's really cool.
Like the nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
The nursery rhymes are great.
I like those. Those are fun. Yeah, absolutely.
And like all the context of
I
that.
just think they get carried away with the board sometimes.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like,
I don't
wanna
even
do this.
mind having the stashes and the lunch boxes and stuff, but it's just like, again, it's like, what am I actually getting out of putting those on the board too?
Yeah. And just the like, this is my favorite shit ever. It makes me emotional. Just like the narrative themes of this game.
Yeah,
like the way. I'm not gonna get into any spoilers, but like when this ends, I was just like, that is my favorite type of story. Like the way it was told, how it gets there, and where it lands. Like that is it. I just felt seen. Going through some hard shit in my life for the last couple years, and it was just like, yo, this is like
speaking to
this
you.
is speaking to me so hard. So I just
that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I loved how the two playable characters worked.
Yeah,
like gameplay wise, it was pretty similar. You're still like shining lights and blasting, but being in each of their heads. Being in two different locations.
Yeah. I think the two locations really helped set them apart a lot because they were so different from each other. One thing with combat, though, I want to talk about is I think shooting guys feels really good and all that stuff, though.
Yeah.
There is not enough enemy variety in this game, though.
Sure.
There's like barely any enemy types.
I agree.
Some of the encounters are just whatever. They're not very special. Or there's like a couple cool like mini boss things I think that were cool. I was like, I need more of this through the game.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember specific encounters in the game where I was like, dude, that was sick. That was really cool enemy placement.
Exactly. You compare that to Resident Evil 4, which has like some of the best combat scenarios in the biz, or Last of Us Part 2.
Yes.
Because that is the category we're in now.
Yeah.
Alanwake 2, Last of Us Part 2, and Last of Us, and Resident Evil.
I think Alan's like enemies that you'd fought were way less interesting than Saga's and how they were handled. Because like Alan's are like the shadow guys, but sometimes they kind of aggro you and sometimes they don't. And like
Wake though,
you shoot like that's cool, but you shoot them, they go away, but then some other one just comes out of nowhere. Then I'm just like, why am I even fighting these guys? I'm just gonna like zip around them. Yeah.
I think because I think the pace was perfect, so that made me okay. Like, obviously, I want more enemies. I want a little more interesting encounters. But there are so many long stretches where there's just no combat. And on top of that, each time there's a combat encounter, every single time, even if I have a lot of health, even if I'm flush on supplies, which I was even on hard.
I was flush with supplies.
I was so flush on supplies that my inventory...
This game was pretty easy on hard.
Yeah. My inventory and my inventory box was entirely full.
I had so much
I had to
health,
start discarding shit.
so much ammo.
But even with that, every encounter was still intense. Every single time. I wasn't just like mindlessly like blast. I was like on edge. On edge narratively, on edge just like them coming at me. Like it
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I did not feel that at all. Like, especially Alan's campaign, I did not feel on edge often when I'm fighting guys.
Yeah.
Because you had so much tools to take care of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've played maybe because we've played many survival horror games, we're very accustomed to this kind of thing. Like, like I'm saying, some of those encounters, it's just like, oh, it's one guy, just like quick flash, like pew, 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 you're dead. 3 shots.
Yeah.
Very simple, very thing.
Yeah.
The dodge was so OP too.
So OP.
So OP.
It's such a hard thing to master.
It is. It's such a hard thing to balance. Like, I don't think there's a problem
fucking
with
dodge
that.
everyone. But it still made me so nervous because you're running through and they're chasing behind you, and it's like even that just adrenaline rush of like dodging them.
I didn't get any of that from this. I got none of that.
Damn.
Sadly, I never got. I didn't get scared at all during this game too. But dude, please
Jump
cool it
scares.
on the jump scares in this game. They just do it so much. Cheaper, there's the one later on, an older character. They just do it so much in this one area. I'm like, dude, just please stop. It's just annoying, dude. Going, just like a lot. I'm like, okay, I get it. Please stop. It's just annoying me.
Yeah, I get that.
But
Best wolves in a game of all time. Period. Best wolves of all time.
the wolves were pretty cool.
Ever. There is no other game with better wolves. Period. Fucking insane wolves. You're telling me that anytime you saw wolves, you were not panicked?
No.
Holy shit, dude. Every time I
There was
like
I don't think there was like maybe one encounter on there where there's more than one at a time. You know, they were just like easy, dude.
dude, they freaked me out.
Like they look cool, they sound
They
cool.
took so many shots.
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, with the
Took
pistol,
a lot
I
of
guess.
shots. Dude, they took like 2 shotgun blasts, then I switched to my pistol,
Dude,
like
I
bang bang.
shot one in the head with the crossbow and he's dead. Just
Love the crossbow.
GG'd. Yes, crossbow is good. Yeah. The weapons are cool. I liked a lot of the weapons. We won't spoil the later ones for
Yeah,
Blood, but like, yeah.
I will say, and I also loved this, but it could be divisive. I loved how hands off this game was with objectives. You know, go do this. It's like sometimes I was just scratching my head. I was like, wait, where am I going? What am I doing? How do I do this?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like some Alanwake sections. I was just like, wait.
Oh,
What do I
to me, it's
need
just kind of like
here?
he's like, hey, I need to get here.
Yeah.
Kind of thing like that. And you can
Yeah.
like, it shows your
Yeah.
objectives though, like what to do.
You're-
I guess some of the rooms where
Some
you're
of the
like,
rooms, some of the rooms,
some
some
of
of
the
the
rooms you're like,
puzzles.
how do I do this kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I was like, huh.
I have like kind of been negative about a lot of things in this game so far, and I do have gripes with it. But I really like the level design in this game, especially with Alan. Like
Yeah.
the light thing is really cool. I really like it. It was definitely very like jarring in a cool way, exploring this city. Like, how did I end up here? I was
Yeah.
like, it took me a minute to realize. I was like, I went through a room and I was just somewhere else. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, I
I
was
got
looking at
lost.
the map and I was like, wait, hold on a second. I go through there and I was like, oh, it's like teleporting me around. Like, oh, that's cool. I do like that. And it was really fun to like just kind of wander the city a little bit, find those words of power.
Love those.
Yeah.
Just cool. Liked that. It was very nice to explore a little bit. Super sick.
Yeah.
This game also looks, dude, I played this game on PC. This game looked awesome on
Insane,
PC.
I
Good
bet.
Lord.
Insane.
It was beautiful. I loved looking at this game. The atmosphere, top
immersive.
tier, super immersive. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you're like a person who, if you're like way more, well, not way more, but if you're like a little more story focused, dude, Alan Wake's gonna be like chef's kiss for you a lot.
Yeah.
But dude, I would highly recommend playing at least Alan Wake 1 before this game.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%.
Please play Alan Wake 1 before this.
Yeah.
Or at least watch a recap video on it. I have questions for
Play
you.
the Fortnite recap.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time, spoilers and stuff like that. Because I have questions for Heber, because I don't know. Heber's
I know what's
my
up.
Alan Wake expert, so I go to him.
There was I like predicted some
Yeah.
shit. I was like, oh, I know exactly.
But,
this. There were some like reveals. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that from this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a lot of cool moments. I was texting Heber throughout this. I'm like, oh, that was really sick. They did that. There's a lot of fun moments in this game. A lot of cool locales. A lot of great level design.
Yeah.
Like some of the Saga stuff, like the town, like Bright Falls and Watery. Super sick. Love that you can just walk around a lot of stuff, talk to people,
The mayor.
find out. Like you get the vibe of these town people and all that stuff. Really
Did you do the
cool.
mayor one?
I don't know.
Never mind.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be fun to compare it to Resident Evil 4 because Resident Evil 4 they're so different.
opposite scale of like what's like survival. They're like the
Yeah.
complete opposite.
Because Resident Evil 4 to me has like the best combat.
Yeah,
Like,
without
it
question.
is the
Yeah, without question.
Fucking some of the best combat in a
Yeah.
third-person shooter
Yeah.
of all time. Remake 4.
Yeah,
The replayability of Remake
But
4
it's
is
like-
insane. It's like go again, go
yeah,
again. go
exactly.
again.
I think Resident Evil 4 has insane
Yeah.
replay value. This is like much more story focused. I could
Mm-hmm.
not see myself replaying this like immediately.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different type of game.
'Cause
It's not
even-
what it's trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because this is all about the
This is
the vibes of it
yeah,
all.
it's the
and
vibes, the narrative. Of course,
the threat
gameplay is
plays into
important.
that, but yeah,
It's just different.
yeah.
And it's great. Like, you know, we can't really complain about Star Horde this year. We've been blessed
Beaten
with so
well.
many good stuff. Yeah.
Because
The,
even Last of Us, I like to run back more than once, and that's such a narrative focused game. But it also is like so fun to play.
Well, you know, when you think about Last of Us, you know, it's like you get to that encounter, and it's like a
Yeah.
puzzle of how you want to get through that encounter.
Right.
Alan Wake's not necessarily like that.
Yeah.
Alan Wake's more like, how do I just like solve this puzzle I'm in, kind of thing,
Yeah.
like that. Not combat puzzle, just
Yeah.
puzzle of navigating.
Well, like you're
space.
saying, like some of the like more boss moments, you know, like
Yeah.
like one of the first ones with Saga, like
Yeah.
when you're like getting chased and you're like, through the woods and you're like,
Yeah.
which way do I go right now?
Yeah.
to just like get away from this
Yeah, yeah.
dude.
Some of the best woods
Yeah.
ever. I would
Very
get
nice
so
woods.
turned
very
around.
nice woods. Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice woods. Really cool. I like stuff about like how the tide would come down, like as you progress through the game, you could like, explore regions.
Yeah.
I did like how you could revisit stuff. Super cool. Loved all that good stuff.
Yep.
And just being able to switch between them pretty
Yeah.
easily was
Totally.
really cool. I really like that. You could just kind of go and whatever you could stick with mostly what you wanted to the whole time.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a very impressive sequel compared to the first one. Like, I like Alanwake 1, but I don't love Alanwake 1.
Right.
I think this game is much better.
Yeah.
And I'm super stoked that Remedy was able to pull this off.
Yeah.
So kudos, Remedy.
Any other thoughts, Blood?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's that great blend of, like you're saying, like the survival horror and the psychological stuff, because
Such
it's
a good blend, yeah.
Because, yeah, like Brad was saying, it's like you go through certain doors and you're like, wait, what just happened? And yeah, there's just like a lot of things, like, especially now that since I'm still early, it's like, how does this even play out? Like, where are the boundaries of
Yeah, absolutely.
how reality is being shaped, and all of that. So yeah, I'm super digging it.
Yeah. I really like Saga.
I think the cast was pretty damn strong.
So emotionally invested.
I liked Casey a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I even like like all of the little side characters throughout.
Yeah.
When you like first walk up to the local sheriffs and like the deputy is being an idiot on the radio and it's like, they can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many good signs of life and like real characters. They did a really great job of all that stuff. Super impressive.
Yeah.
Son of Sparta wrote in, "Hey allies, without getting to any spoilers, Alan Wake 2 probably has one of the best integrations of its central narrative theme. It has the best integration of its central narrative theme into all aspects of its design that feel incredibly impressive once you become aware of it all.
Nailed it.
How do you guys feel about this merging of narrative themes with the gameplay and level design of the game? Personally, while I think the game has suffered for just a tiny bit at times, the commitment to having the game's central theme in all aspect of its really boosts the experience of Alan Wake 2 as a whole. Would really love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks for taking my submission, dude. Love, respect. Cheers.
You nailed it. That is why every single fucking encounter was a 10 out of 10 for me, even though I had a lot of ammo and I was comfortable and okay. Like, I'm good at survival horror games, so it's like, yeah, I had a lot of ammo, I was good, but because of those themes, because I was so fucking immersed in everything that was going on, because the context of every encounter was so raw, so real, that it was just incredible.
I don't agree with that, but I respect it.
Yep.
Some of those just felt like bad guy here because bad guy. Carson Koo wrote in, "Greetings, allies. I just finished Alan Wake 2. While I recognize how unique the avant-garde it is, the clunky and repetitive combat drags it down for me. Compared to other stellar survival horror games that released this year, like RE4 Remake and Dead Space Remake, having combat that doesn't change and consists of the same strategies is very unfortunate. Shout out to the enemies that dash around and throw hatchets through solid objects, usually inconveniently hidden behind some trees. What do you guys think of the combat?" So I've seen people complain about sluggishness of this game. I don't really feel like it's very sluggish. I didn't really feel like that at all. In fact, I've seen people compare it to Alan Wake 1. I thought Alan Wake 1 felt much worse when I recently played some of it.
Yeah.
To me, this felt much better and solid.
Yeah.
I felt like more in control. Maybe because I was playing on mouse and keyboard. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I
do wonder about
agree
that with like what you're saying with feeling like the dodge being OP, because
I mean, you just push the button though,
right. But like I've definitely failed
Yeah, you can mess
some
up,
dodges.
but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
it's pretty generous.
Very pretty generous, yeah. Yeah, I totally get your side, and I totally get Brad's side. And, if I'm in a vacuum, just booting up a combat encounter, like Last of Us and Resident Evil is a 10, and Alan Wake is a 4 combat.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
But for me, it was all about the context, which really elevated it for sure. But I completely understand, it's the same enemies. You're flashing the light, you're shooting them,
Yeah, they
could have
just
had a little more creativity there.
Yeah,
but
they just wanted to focus, I think, more on the narrative, which I totally understand that. It's totally fair. It's just that's what they wanted to do with the game. And it's okay. Yes, I wish things were different a little bit, but it's it's just their spin on it, which I respect.
My favorite survival horror encounters are the freaking village in Remake 4 and the hardware store in Last of Us Part 2. I think of those.
Sure. Yeah.
Those
Yeah. And honestly, I'm not expecting Alan Wake to be like that, I don't necessarily need that from Alanwake. To me, it is like the story is the main focus, and how and the setting and all that kind of stuff is like more important to me with Alanwake. So it's fine, no problem.
For sure. Yeah, interesting to compare it to Dead Space too. Like, oh my god, it's so long ago. It's like, yeah. Dead Space is like friggin' awesome combat, but it also got really routine, where it's like, you know, still using the plasma cutter, cut the legs off, but also incredible.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Gonna be super fun, just kind of
laying them all out
at the end of the year, for sure.
Okay. Bloodworth, Thirsty Suitors.
Yeah.
Tell us about this game.
I think Huber's going to love this. So there's
such a hard right turn.
Because it's like more... It's weird because like in some ways it's kind of comedy, but it's also kind of deep. Pretty deep, actually, in terms of the stuff that you get into. But yeah, like there's a lot of different elements here. I think that easier kind of like most encapsulating thing to be like if you had like a 10-hour like Persona 5 kind of thing.
Okay, relax, Blood, with that statement. That is a huge statement, but okay.
5 is a 10.
Because it does the whole kind of thing to where like you're like people's visions of themselves and like like regular people in town becoming like these larger than life characters that you fight in like a sort of mental emotional battleground kind of thing, right? But it's like you've got that going on with the RPG mechanics, and you've got kind of like this whole like Tony Hawk style, like skating around town, around skate parks and stuff, and then just the narrative of it all, and then you've got like these cooking mini games, which is so you've got that happening, and it's all just set up in kind of like what you're saying with Alanwake. It's like none of these things are like super amazing on their own mechanically, but because of the context of the stories, of the characters, of these relationships that you learn about through the course of the game, it really all starts to like serve like a bigger, broader whole, right? And so you play as this girl, Jala, who is South Asian. Her mom is Indian, her dad is Sri Lankan, and she starts off coming back on a bus to her hometown because she broke up with her most recent girlfriend, but she had like basically left everyone behind for this person. Like they left town, she wasn't talking to her family, all of this stuff, and so like now you have to come back and like make amends with everyone essentially. And so that's where like this like the Scott Pilgrim vibes kind of comes up, because it's like you are being confronted with all of these different ex-boyfriends and girlfriends that she's had through like middle school and high school and stuff. Yeah. Actually, the first one is like some guy who had a crush on you from like 3rd grade.
Nice.
But it's like what I'm saying about it getting deep though is it's like you really are like dealing with these issues of like, yeah, I was a scumbag to you. Like the things I did, like I betrayed you, I screwed up, all of this. But at the same time, it's in the context of these like really wild RPG battles where like your status effects are like trying to figure out like which things people are going to be susceptible to. So it's like there's like shock and rage and heartbreak and thirst and like all of these different things. And it's like, and then you put them into this state and they'll be in that state for like, 2 or 3 turns, depending on the character. And then you have other abilities, essentially like spells or whatever, that are more powerful when they're in that state. So if they're thirst, it's blue, so you pick the blue abilities and you target them while they're still in the thirst state, and then you get shock and then you put in the yellow abilities. And so it's all kind of wild, because when you use these abilities, and there's also like all of these like quick time events that pop up for each one. So it's like, tapping the button at the right time, flicking the stick, or like circling the stick or shaking the stick or whatever. But while you're doing this, the conversation is also going on back and forth the whole time. All of these things about what you did and what they did. And the same thing for the cooking. So the cooking you do at home with your parents, and you go through every day. There's like new recipes that show up in the cookbook.
Fun.
and like you're doing these like all of these different steps of cooking that your mom or your dad are instructing you to go through with these different dishes, and also kind of getting into sort of like your issues between you and your parents, or like your dad talking about like how
real life shit.
How he and his auntie were like going out being troublemakers when they were younger and stuff, and you getting these stories, and it's like every day, Huber, you also like you come home at the end of the day, and then like you curl up on the couch with your dad and like fall asleep watching Twilight Zone or something, and then he takes you up to your bedroom.
Night Springs.
Yeah. And then with the cooking, what's cool is the cooking. So like not only you do this thing where like you're like trying to gain their approval, and you've got like this approval meter going up as you're going through, and you can actually like you can spend. There's like this heat meter as well, and so like every turn you get a little bit of heat, and you can spend your heat on like complimenting one of your parents, and this roulette wheel will pop up. What? And so it's like you might get a magnifier on approval, or you might just get some bonus approval, or they might not fall for it, and like you lose like 3 heat, or you lose some approval or whatever.
That's funny.
And it like there's just so many like cool aspects of it, and then and then there's like the skate park. There's this whole other thing going on where this like dude named Soundy is like he's I don't even like he's got this whole thing where he's got like a cult of teenagers following him, these skate punks. And you have skate challenges that he sets up, but then you also are like trying to convince the teenagers to like, hey, like don't listen to this dude or whatever. But some of the things, like some of the people that you're trying to make up with, like when you wrong them, there's also collateral damage with other people. And so it's like you might make up with the brother, but his little sister's still not happy with you or whatever. And so, but it's just the larger than life elements of these things when you get into like to everything. It's like one of the first summons that you get is you summon your mom and she comes up and she becomes this like huge giant, and she like takes her sandal and slaps down the guy.
That's so real too. It's like first thing you want when you're under duress is your mom.
Yeah. And then the auntie, she's like a weightlifter, and she's got like this body shop where she like fixes up kids' skateboards and stuff for them too. And she'll come up and she just gives you like this whole array of buffs and things. And so you have this huge training montage where you're training with her, and you're like pulling like this whole like cart full of logs and everything. Because it's like, even though it's like all this like South Asian representation and other cultures as well, it's like it's taking place in like Pacific Northwest town. Like they're immigrants.
Bright Falls.
Yeah. And so like one of the things, like in between all of this stuff, you keep hearing about the grandma. You know, and your mom has issues with the grandma that are similar, that you have issues with her, you know, and
that's so real shit.
You've been away. Your sister's getting married in a month.
Damn.
But because you haven't been talking to her, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Damn.
So you're trying to also like figure out how to get your sister to talk to you. So it's like all of these issues and all of these things, and you just get to know these characters and their personalities so well.
Sounds like my kind of jam. Blood.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to spoil it, but the final boss is freaking incredible.
Blood. So it sounds like you do a lot of different things in this game.
Yeah.
Do you think it all blends together nicely and flows good?
Yeah, so what's interesting is that like there are remedial battles as well. So like in a skate park, you can like walk up to like little bear head icons and like fight some like random skaters. In the town, they have like these purple gift boxes, and it's like gift or grift. And so some of them will have like a little bit of currency or whatever in them, but others, your grandma is sending like mail order suitors from India to like try to arrange a marriage with you. Jeez. And so you've got to slap these guys down too.
That's funny.
So yeah, there's just like so many different aspects of the culture and relationships and stuff. And
the music.
And the music, very specific songs to each, like different genres for each different character with the big boss fights. They've got like
Big boss.
there's a guy named Bruno, and they've got like a song where they're like singing about Bruno, because he's just like some guy that you like hightailed it out like on a road trip with, and then he like left you somewhere, I think.
Damn.
And there's this guy who's like, he's like a real like shy, soft type, and so he kind of hides everything behind like his cat. He's got like this older cat, and then when you go to fight him, the cat becomes this huge tiger, and the cat is taking on all of his resentment and everything, and he's just there like fanning and healing the cat. And then at like a certain point in, like as you're talking to him, he starts healing you, and you're just like, what's going on? He's like, well, you're fine and stuff. But it's all the way the personalities work into every battle. Really plays off super, super well.
That's awesome.
The one thing I would say that can be a little bit weird, two things that I found a little bit off-putting is there are times where it's like the battle ends essentially like when you get the other guy's life bar down, and so sometimes like I didn't really feel like the conversation necessarily got you to the point of, okay, we're gonna make up now. Like it is like I got the thing to the end of the life bar. We've had some talk about the things, but like I didn't really feel like I had a resolution there. And so it's like, okay, now we have a resolution just because the life bar went down.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit. It could be a little bit weird sometimes. The other thing that's just a little bit strange is because you have like all of these status effects and stuff. I thought it made me feel a little bit uncomfortable to be like in the battles with the teenagers and to be like, thirst, hi, flirty with the teenager. I'm like, that's a little uncomfortable. That's a little awkward. Same.
That's fair. Yeah, that seems correct. Yeah.
Garrett Holvish wrote in, Thirsty Suitors looks like a blast to play. I love the Steam demo. Do you think it holds up in the full release? I guess the entire game, Blood.
Yeah. I think it holds up better the more time you put into it, because of those relationships. And like after, that's another thing, Huber, is like after you have made up with somebody, then they start texting you, and you can do other little favors for them. And so then it kind of it's almost like when you're doing the side quest in Persona with different characters, that like you like fill up a little heart bar.
Cool.
And when you've completely filled it up, then there's like other rewards. You might get like different outfits from them. Or you might be able to summon them in battle, and so it's pretty cool. It feels like maybe a little bit too like 1, 2, 3 like predictable beats.
Yeah,
but it's a nice reward at the end, at least. Like you feel like it's worth doing that and like pursuing each one of those relationships.
This sounds like Huber can maybe help fill the void of Life is Strange for you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Short little game, check for Huber.
Yeah.
Bonds, check.
Bonds.
Dramedy, check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything is
really
like
fun.
Yeah, they make every little bit of it fun. Like when you're cooking, she's doing like all these flips and tossing things around.
Yeah.
You just like every time that you do a different recipe, like you have to wash your hands first, and she's like spinning and like you're hitting quick time events just to wash your hands.
Yeah.
You can do super hand wash and like add extra quick time things in there, and yeah.
Sick.
I dig it.
Very cool.
Hopefully Keely has the next Life is Strange.
Yeah, actually.
He's holding on to that.
It's about time.
It is.
Okay. It's time for Sort It Out! Sort It Out! This segment, we just talk about something that's annoying us that needs sorting in the game industry. Could be company, game, person. If you want to get personal.
Liza P.
Liza
Phil.
Whatever you want to do. Crying Jim.
Yeah.
It's all there.
File sizes.
Okay.
Oh,
pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this under control.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've been deleting a lot of games the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand. Yeah, I think that's a very good one.
File sizes. Too big.
Just kind of annoying.
It is.
Figure it out, I guess. I don't know.
Like kind of
Scrunch it.
download and like delete and then re-download. Like it's insane.
The original
It's so
PS5,
taxing.
being reminded that it was not a full terabyte is like really bringing that to life. It's like, oh, no wonder that I'm like deleting stuff from my PS5 more often than my Xbox.
Yeah.
It's harsh.
Sorted Out, kind of like Epic Game Store. I played Alanwake on Epic, and it's like fine most of the time, but dude, sometimes like I'd click the game to play and it just wouldn't do it. I was like, just wouldn't load. Then it would work. I was like, okay, and it was like very inconsistent.
Damn.
Just I'm like, just let me play the game, dude.
Yeah.
Just why great, but like clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, but I had a fair amount of bugs in Alanwake too.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah.
I actually didn't think I had many. Oh, wait.
I had a pretty good
I think something
pretty good
didn't
amount.
trigger, and I had to reload, I think, on something like that. I think there's like
I don't
one other
feel
thing,
like I've
but
noticed
I
any
think
in
it was pretty
Alanwake.
chill for me mostly.
Good.
I felt like at the end of the game, it like started running a little worse for me. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Who knows?
PC hype. Remedy respects it.
Yeah, they do. They sure do. Blood, do you have anything by chance?
Yeah, I mean, this kind of goes into the next game a little bit. It's like, but yeah, audio mixing.
Audio mixing.
Yeah, like there are just times where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, if I did not have the subtitles on, I would not know what was just
That's
said.
fair.
I just got no
So fair.
freaking clue.
That is very fair.
And I'm on headphones, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one
That's
thing
a
when you've got you're listening to speakers or whatever, but like
So
if you got
right.
headphones on, you're having a hard time hearing, and all the sliders are where they're supposed to be, and like I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Guy Incognito wrote in. Sorted Out Atlas. 2024 approaches, and it looks to be a banger year for RPGs. I am most looking forward to Metaphor Refantasio, but my enthusiasm is curbed. Why should I look forward to a massive time sink of a game when I'll be punished as an early adopter and they'll release the complete FES/Golden/Royal version down the line? I'm not for buying a full price game twice and sinking a second 100 hours into it. Release a damn expansion or something. Yeah, I wish you could just like add on to it,
Yeah.
like for $20 or $30 or something like that, and not have to buy it.
Definitely makes-
full version.
Definitely makes me feel the same way about
Yeah, that's some Capcom
Atlas games.
old Capcom stuff. Yeah. Luckily with Persona 5, I think it was like 3 years or something till it came to Royal. So it was
Sure,
a
but it's
while, but it's
still, like-
still yes.
Like I spent months playing through that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't want to miss that shit. You gotta be there. That's the zeitgeist, my friend. Gotta be there for that.
guys. Though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, people are gonna be talking about it. You gotta
Yeah.
dodge those spoilers, dude. You don't want to know anything.
But what's weird is it's like it's only with their like top tier premier games, right?
Yeah.
Like Shin Megami Tensei 5, they didn't put out a new version of that
Nope.
game.
Nope, sure didn't. They only do it with like
obviously
Persona
like
games.
them with like Soul Hackers too.
Yeah. Seems
So
like
it's like-
Persona.
yeah.
They like to do it.
Yeah, Persona they've definitely done it like 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I don't know. Will Metaphor Refantasio do this?
Great question.
No idea.
I want to say yes because it's a lot of Persona people,
right.
but who knows? I'll be there day one though. I'm
see the
so
sales.
hyped for that game, dude. Fuck yeah. Okay, Targray wrote in. Sorted Out racing games. I think a lot of modern high-budget racing games have gotten rather samey and dry. While the driving in games like Forza Motorsport or the new WRC feel really good, everything surrounded is quite bland. Boxy, boring menus, forgettable music, lackluster progression, and general lack of personality make a lot of these games feel interchangeable. That even applies to part of the stellar Forza Horizon 5, which doesn't do a lot to mix up things up that differently itself from its predecessors. And the Crew Motorfest now apes this played out formula to an extent. I'm not saying these games are bad, far from it, but they could and maybe should be a lot better. Remember the stylish menus of and the presentation of Dirt 2, the satisfying crashes of Burnout or Fallout or Flat Out, the insane speed of F-Zero GX and Extreme G3. Or the refreshing innovation of games like Split Second or Blur, not to mention how every game had a distinct look and feel. Indies pick up most of the slack, and Nintendo at least gave us a surprisingly fun multiplayer F-Zero, but I feel like the genre is nowhere near the creativity on display of the 360, PS3, or PS2, Xbox, GameCube era. What do you guys think, dear allies?
I've been thinking about Midnight Club a lot lately, and I hope there's an entire Midnight Club game in GTA 6.
Oh, sure.
I can see like a quest
They've
line
done a lot
for
of
that.
racing for GTA Online stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want a fucking entire side game in GTA 6. Unreasonable? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, definitely somewhat presentation-wise, like WRC, F1, like they feel like they're like really like hitting that same like EA Sports umbrella,
It's in the game.
and so
Yep.
the way their menus are and the way that their music is, it all feels like that's the branding, the overall EA kind of corporate branding, which it definitely like avatars and clothing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely feels kind of samey and sterile stuff.
Need for Speed Unbound was sick.
Yeah, that's a really great example.
Sick as
They
shit.
really did try to
Yeah.
amp up the style of that game, and that's exactly the kind of franchise you want to have style in. I will say that like we're in a pretty great freaking patch of racing games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Need for
Gran
Speed Unbound was
Turismo.
good.
Yeah, they weren't saying
Crew is
like
good.
Yeah.
WRC is good. F1 has been good. Forza Motorsport I've got issues with, but it's still really solid
I think they're
handling
just
wise.
complaining about like
Yeah, Tar
innovation.
Gray
Yeah.
said he doesn't think any of these games are bad or anything like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but they're not like super distinct anymore. He said it
Yeah.
felt like
It just,
Hot Wheels is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, Hot Wheels, yeah.
I think it just reminds. That's why I love Alanwake 2 so damn much, is because it's such a risky game, and like we're in a phase right now, especially in Hollywood and movies and ballooning budgets, where people want to play it safe.
yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
I would love some like crazy innovation for a racing game for sure.
For like super expensive game. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess back in the day, you know, like they were talking about like PS2 era and stuff like that. There like wasn't really indie scene like what we have nowadays, kind of thing like that. So you did get a lot more of that kind of stuff. But like Huber said, a lot of that is so expensive to make these games. Like,
what is Gran Turismo's budget?
yeah, I was thinking like, how much did Gran Turismo 7 cost or something
yeah.
like that?
Oh my god! I bet it would make our heads spin.
Yeah, but yeah, luckily there are, like you said in this, that there are a ton of sweet indie games that can fill that void a little bit.
yeah, I do think, you know, because I was just playing some of the Crew Motorfest yesterday, and I do like some of the vibes that they go through with like doing different things with different playlists, right?
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
Especially like the more historical things and the Hawaiian tour stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Japanese playlists have a nice vibe as well. When they get a little bit more into the like branded, like here are the Lamborghini races and the Porsche races, and like don't get that vibe as strongly.
Right.
But having the boats and planes in there definitely helps to mix that up a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because somebody was like, they got Wave Race and Pilot Wings in this game.
Yeah.
I think we just need Extreme G.
Yeah. I think it's
Why are
been
you
a
doing this to
long
me?
time.
Why are you doing this to me?
No, but he's not wrong because we've
Yeah.
gotten a lot
I've been
of.
saying that for years, and everyone's like, "Why do you always bring up Extreme G?" Fuck.
But it's not just Extreme G.
God.
It's that whole genre has not been represented in a AAA sense.
Yeah.
Like-
Same with Road Rash.
We've gotten a lot of the Twisted Metal side of things too,
Twisted
right?
Metal.
Yeah, like that
Car
kind of
combat,
stuff.
for sure.
Because we've gotten a lot of games doing that kind of thing, but they've been lower budget stuff, like the Fast RMX stuff, you know, on Switch, and like the games that some of the old Wipeout guys did, you know, like we just haven't seen anything that's like fully on that huge AAA level, and like you're saying, it's because this stuff is so expensive now.
Yeah.
Like you need something that looks good and runs at least 60 frames per second.
Burnout Paradise.
You know, and that's the crazy thing is it's like it's so expensive to do all these car licenses, but it feels like the big publishers, like without the car licenses, it's not worth it because
so weird.
the broader market wants their Lamborghini, wants the Ferrari, you know, wants the Civic. So if you go out there and you're like, okay, we're going to make a really cool freaking game, we're going to have all this destruction and everything like Wreckfest. And like Wreckfest has been doing really well.
Yeah.
And they're working on a sequel,
That game's so fun.
but it's not that level, right?
Yeah.
You know, once Criterion started making Need for Speed, then EA was like, yeah, we're probably never going to do a Burnout again because it'll never sell what Need for Speed sells.
Yeah. Hey, at least we got the remaster. I
Yeah,
guess.
like I'm gonna do this to you again, Huber. We're gonna get business time on you.
Midnight Club?
No, Extreme G. I don't know how many people will be willing to spend $70 on Extreme G.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally. I feel like Road Rash could be a good
$70?
comeback. Maybe not 70, but Road Rash could come
that's
back.
like if you're wanting that type of game, that's going to be the cost of it. Like that budget, it's going to have to be $70.
Well, that's the other thing that's really tricky too, Huber, is like whenever you look back on these games, right? Like F-Zero GX, like for a racing game, has quite a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
But it's still like 25, 30 tracks, like at the most, right? Like it's the kind of thing that, like, you would, aside from going back and doing harder difficulties, you would blast through that in a weekend.
Yeah.
And so there's that justification from people of like, how do you get them to put $70 down on a game they're just going to blast through over the weekend?
Yeah, do you remember when...
Without some crazy online mode, right? Like
do you
Mario
remember
Kart.
when Returnal came out?
Oh my
And people were
God.
like, I'm not paying $70.
Easy allies, Goaty.
Yeah. They're like, I'm not paying $70 for a roguelite or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
Same
Wave
thing.
Race.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like 8, 9 tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Riptide GP and Riptide GP2.
But again,
Little indie games,
super
a little
small budget.
smaller, yeah. So
Well, I'll tell
maybe
you what,
that's the
Hubert,
avenue for sure.
if Extreme G comes back,
could
AAA
come back with-
budget,
Riptide.
I'll buy it.
Oh my God, yeah.
So, there you go.
And Road Rash. Public Enemy
Road
number
Rash.
1. My childhood rival.
Okay, it's time for the exact opposite. Keep it up. Who's doing good in the industry right now?
Remedy.
Remedy is doing good.
Keep it up.
They sure are. You're doing good, Remedy. You're in a renaissance right now.
Yep.
Doing better than you ever have probably right now. You're on top of the world.
Yeah. Keep it up. A game made with nothing but passion. There's no battle passes.
Nope. No battle
No
passes.
online bullshit.
Yep. No online that I'm aware of. Is there like different outfits in that game or something, or cosmetics?
There's
you
like
can-
some deluxe edition.
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah.
whole-
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, Remedy, you're doing good, man.
Doing good.
Good job, Remedy.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. I don't know. Good job, everybody. JRPGs are looking nice next year. Thanks.
Also, the absolute best value of anything
the orange box.
in the year, 5 games, 1 box. The absolute best value of anything in 2023. By far, it's not even close. $10 separate ways.
$10. Yeah.
$10 separate ways. 10 out of 10. Keep it up, Capcom.
You gotta have the game. Not.
Yeah.
I'm saying yeah. $10. Absolutely
Sure.
worth it.
Sure.
Absolutely worth it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was comparing that to Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like
dude,
the same length.
Yo, separate ways, $10.
Oh, jeez.
It's a lot of value here.
It's a lot of value.
High production values
Yeah.
on this thing.
Yeah. All right. We got Absent Admiral Anthony writing in. Keep it up, Remedy. So, Hubert, there was many keep it ups to Remedy. I only included like one because, like, all right. But, like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of people very pleased. Keep it up, Remedy. Control sound design was some of the best there's ever been, and they have continued that excellence into Alanwake 2. The clipping sub bass that goes with the jump scares gets me every time.
Hell yeah.
I feel it in my chest. Haunting screams and laughter echoing through a forest. People whispering in your ear. Best sound design in the biz.
I agree.
Mouse wrote in. Indie devs making their games even better with free content updates. I recently started playing Rogue Legacy 2 again and noticed they've added new weapons, armor sets, traits, relics, and probably some other things I haven't seen yet. I especially want to shout out the surfboard, which has quickly become my new favorite weapon in any video game ever.
Nice.
Okay,
Stumbling
I guess I'm
upon-
streaming that tonight.
Yeah, stumbling upon brand new stuff in a game you love is like being given a gift, especially after being harassed by paid DLCs and microtransactions almost everywhere else. A couple other examples: Terraria, which has had an insane amount of content updates over the years, and Stardew Valley adding multiplayer support all for free.
Who is
Thanks.
this?
This was from Mouse.
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 I love you, Mouse.
Yeah, it's a good one, Mouse.
Rogue Legacy 2 and Darkest Dungeon 2. 2 of the best games
You'll never beat it.
in recent. I'll never beat it. I'm okay with it. Yeah. 2 of the best games in the last 2
those
years.
games. Yeah,
that, like,
Rogue Legacy 2 is fun.
they
as
just
hell.
really. They didn't slide under the radar, but I wish they were just like a little more hyped.
Rogue Legacy was not on every platform when it came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't on PlayStation or Switch.
Yeah.
Darkest Dungeon's only PC right now.
Yeah, and it's freaking insanely
it's
hard,
insane.
so I get it.
It's insanely hard, yeah.
I'll never beat it.
Yeah.
I'll never beat it. I'm okay with it. I have accepted my fate.
Tef wrote in, keep it up, Blizzard. BlizzCon was awesome. Chris Metzen being back in control of Warcraft is just what we need. A new twist on Classic with Season of Discovery sounds so jolly.
That is really
D4 expansion shown already. Blizzard has a long road to redemption, but they are certainly on the right path at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, definitely.
Good take. Good take.
Good take, Tef.
Great take.
I'd say with the Nintendo and like hopefully other people can pile onto this thing too is the whole thing with like the tickets and the coins and like essentially like rewarding you for buying their games with actual discounts.
Oh, yeah.
Like I when Mario Brothers Wonder came out, I got that and Pikmin 2 together for like $75
Yeah.
Nice.
because I got the tickets and then I had a bunch of coins piled up from other things, and it's like, hey,
Yeah, it adds
that's
up.
nice. Yeah.
PlayStation Stars has that, but you have to do everything through the app,
Yeah,
which is kind of annoying.
I don't wanna
You should
deal
put
with
that
that.
in the console,
yeah.
but
Because that's the thing with the coins.
about that
I don't even think about it.
exactly.
I don't even think about the freaking coins.
Yeah, you gotta check your app, dude. So many points you got on PlayStation. I think I got some money on that one time at least, though. I got like $10 or $20.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just go to the checkout and it's like, hey, do you want to use the
Yeah,
coins?
it's
And I'm like,
so much more
Yeah,
convenient
okay,
with
cool.
Nintendo's. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't buy digital Nintendo games. 'Cause
Also-
I don't trust them.
Yeah. Also, keep it up. I had taken like a month off and I just played like an hour last night because I like kind of forced it because I didn't want it to get too far away. Blasphemous 2.
Oh, yeah.
Every session of this game, I'm just like, I love it more. I love it more. I love it more. I love it more. Don't skip it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's like, I always put that and Sea of Stars next to each other. I'm like, God, I need to get to these games so bad.
For sure. Yeah. Oh my God, Blasphemous 2.
Yeah.
Just like Ben Moore would always talk about games that just like continue to peel the layers back and they continue to build and build and build hours in. Every hour in, you're just like another layer comes and you're getting more. Like,
Elden
game is
Ring.
incredible. Game is incredible.
Elden Ring's like that, where you're just like, go, keeps going.
yeah. It's just like, ah. Yeah. Blasphemous 2. And it's like
Blasphemous
not
2.
even too long, you know, you can just play like 30 minutes here, 1 hour
Yeah.
here. Like
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
chill.
Metroidvania.
what's nice with Mario Brothers Wonder as well. It's like,
Dude,
just do a couple levels.
I haven't
Yeah.
played a lot of that game, but I'm always like, come back tomorrow anytime, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
You
forget
can let
the
it get away
story
for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget how to play.
Yeah.
It's like 2 buttons.
Dude, when I hop back into Blasphemous 2, I was like,
Yeah, that's way different.
I was
You're just like, where am I going?
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah.
where was I going? Where was I? How do I parry?
Yeah, I do
exactly.
think that's the thing with Metroidvania. I do want to do that all at once.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I have
absolutely.
my
It was-
whole map
I know.
mentally.
Absolutely, you want
Totally.
to.
A
You-
month
yeah.
deep, I was just like, oh my God. How did this happen? I was like, it cannot get away from me.
Yeah. We got some shout outs as always. Some of our most generous supporters over on Patreon, on the Platinum Producer tier. We got Jabbawabs, Elthanas, Greg TheDarkKnight Kettering, and Miguel. Shout out, everybody. Thank you
out.
for supporting us. Thank you very much.
Shout out. Wake.
Yeah, they do say that a lot.
Wake. So good.
All right, the next game, weird game that I just randomly thought would be cool to play. Mineko's Night Market.
Yeah.
Super, just like weird looking jolly game. I was like, oh, I'll play that game. That looks
Yeah,
fun.
I've had this sitting
Hell
on
yeah.
my Steam account for a couple months,
Yeah.
and then it just came out on console.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, sure, I'll give it a little spin or just see what this game's about. I liked the way it looked visually. It kind of looked like a little paper style almost. Not like Paper Mario, but it's hard to describe. But I really thought it was very pleasant. So this whole game, dude, this could be a Huber game, maybe. But then I saw how long it was. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
I don't know if Huber will play that long.
Oh, no. Is there a good economy?
Yeah. So yeah, the
Yeah.
whole story about this game is you are this young girl who is moving to a new like town on an island with her dad. It's in Japan, I believe. So you're moving there with your dad. You get to this new village. You are the new kid here. There's some stuff going on that not everyone knows. There's some mysteries going on. There's like
Is there a bully?
No, not really yet, but there's someone that's like kind of stuck up a little bit, but there's like agents like CIA like Men in Black agents on this island, dude, and I don't know necessarily why they're here yet.
Federal Bureau of
Control? Yeah, they're here. There's some stuff going on here.
Federal Bureau of Cats.
Yes, you move to this new island. There are cats on this island, so you get to this thing. I really like this Huber because this is obviously going to be Huber stuff, is getting to know a lot of these people in this town.
Shenmue.
So, yeah, you're in this like small village. So from what I've played so far, I've been in this small village mostly where you live, and some stuff's run down, some stuff's not open yet. And there's people throughout this village. You talk to them. Like one of the first people you meet is this kid called Bobo, and he kind of like introduces you to the town and all that stuff like that. And you meet his mom later on, and her name's Bobo's mom. And they're like, I think your character says like, is that your real name? And she's like, yeah, luckily I had a son named Bobo or something like that. I was just like, okay, here we go. All that kind of stuff.
It's so silly and awesome.
But you go around this town and you talk to people, and you can...
What's the perspective? Top down, behind the back? What's going on?
No,
Third
it's
person?
like, it's third person, yeah.
Okay.
It's like flat 2D, but it's like, you see your character walk around this map. You can walk, sprint, and all that stuff. But as you go through this town, you get objectives like introduce yourself to these towns, because there's like a calendar system, like
Great.
day there, the year, and all that stuff like that. When I saw years, it was like year one. I was like, oh, Jesus, this game's going to be long.
Okay.
But you have it like a day and night cycle, so you do some stuff in the day. But anyways, you go through this town and you can talk to people. A big part of the game is crafting stuff. So you like, here's what I've crafted though so far. The only thing I could craft was I picked flowers. That's all I could do right now. Is just pick some flowers, and you can make like some things, like some items. You can give gifts to people like that to increase like the bonds with them. It's like hearts, like bloop, you go up like that.
Amazing.
But to do certain stuff, you have like stamina. It's like a heart for you, but like if you pick up a flower, a little bit would go down.
Got it.
For you. But you could replenish that by eating something or like drinking a soda. So you're doing a lot of stuff like that. There is a story, like a main narrative story. You're going through this thing. Like one of the early things is with Bobo. He's like, yo, let's go to this garden and get some stuff in there. So you got to take a bus. There's the island. You take the bus. There's multiple locations. I've only been to like one though, like a forest. And when I was here, there was a bunch of cats in cages from these like Federal Bureau of Control people, dude. They were guarding these cats. He's like, yo.
Are they harming the cats?
No, they're just like in cages or whatever. So you go in there, you got to sneak in, and you got to rescue all the cats.
Awesome.
Some of them
objective.
were just like, they have like flashlights. And they're walking around, so you just got to stay out of their flashlights.
The Shenmue warehouse.
Very easy.
The docks.
Very chill kind of stealth stuff. You have like a certain amount of times you can get caught before you have to reset. Some of them are just like walking around. You just kind of walk around. There's a cat in a cage. You open it. There was 3 agents guarding a cage, though. And there's a jukebox like right there. And they weren't moving. So I went up to the jukebox. There's like 3 types of music you could pick, like rock and roll, dance music, and classical. If you pick like rock and roll, everyone just stands there normally.
Yeah.
I picked classical, then they all fell asleep listening to it. So I was able to free a cat like that. Then there was like a guy reading a magazine, like an agent, and there was a magazine on the floor by him, like a sports magazine. I took it, and there's another guy guarding a cat, and I like put it down near him. Then he like went over there and read it, and I was able to like sneak the cats out. But the whole thing also is with this game is the night market. So every Saturday night, there's a night market you can go to. So a lot of it seems like the loop seems like, hey, we need money for this thing to maybe like repair the town. Because as I progressed through the game, some stuff started to open up again, or it's like a shop would become available now. So you make stuff, then you go to the night market. You sell your stuff at the night market. So when I was at the night market, it seems like the night market also upgrades depending on how well you do.
Amazing.
Because you make money for the town and all that kind of stuff. So the more money you make, the more stuff like the town will grow, I assume, and all that stuff, and new attractions will be available. So I made like
this economy sounds nice.
I made these like 2 flower things, and I'd sell them. I put them like at my stand. So I was sitting there, and people would walk by, and some would be interested in what you make, some won't be. But then when someone's interested in it, there's like a haggle thing. They like give a bunch of options of like prices you can try to sell that to them for, but there's like one that they want to buy it for them. So you can usually just go for the lower one. If you want to just sell it right away, you can try to wiggle your way to sell them. Also, I believe depending on how well you craft the thing. So when you craft something like the flowers, there's like a little meter that went by, then I would snip it. And depending on how well you did, it'd be like a quality. Like if you do like good, it's like perfect. And I believe the better the quality you craft, the higher it'll sell for.
Nice.
So you want to keep that in mind. Maybe like get those QTEs and all that stuff down. But anyways, I sold some of that stuff, got some money. Then after that, they were having a cat race where you were riding on cats through this thing, and you're doing like 2 laps. So I raced these kids, beat them all.
Heck yeah.
And I was like, yes, we're
Get
fitting
wrecked.
right in this town right now, baby. So it was super jolly, and like the relationship with your dad, he's like a single dad, and you guys just kind of like getting used to the town. He's like asking you how you're doing. He's very like a funny dad. He like calls you goofy names and all that stuff, and some people actually thought that was your name, but it's like, that's not my name, and you gotta explain that to people. It's just been a really pleasant and delightful game so far. This game seems like it can get pretty long, but if you're into like figuring out this story and like slowly upgrading your town, I think you can have a really good time with it.
Nice.
The music
I love
was
that.
also super nice, like jazzy soundtrack. It reminded me a lot of the intro song from Monsters Inc., like that jazz
Oh,
song.
yeah.
That's what the game reminded me of a lot when I was playing through it.
Cool.
But it was a delightful little game.
Sounds cozy.
Yeah, it's so cozy, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you can curl up. Like winter, man. Like
Winter
if you're sore,
vibes.
it's snowing, dude.
Yeah.
You're curled up in a blanket. You're playing. Yeah, you are max cozy right now. But it's a cool game. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a cute little game.
Sounds like it has a lot of things I love.
Yeah. Picking up stuff though. I don't know about crafting
Stuff
for you.
in crafting, yeah. I'm okay
'cause-
with it as long as it has
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah,
you know?
because you make this stuff to sell it. But where I left off was there was like a forest they wanted me to go to like get some wood, like chop down trees. And the shop I wanted to, there was an axe for me there, but it was too expensive. So I was like, okay, well I gotta make some stuff to sell it.
Gotta
to be
pick
able
some
to buy
flowers,
axe.
grind that out.
Yeah, so I assume
sounds
you'll
fun.
start crafting different types of things as you progress, probably like furniture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because also you have like your room, you can craft stuff there, and I
Yeah.
could like put some of my stuff on display. Like the cat race I won, I got a trophy, and it was like up on a shelf after I won it. So I was like, yeah, just like nice little signs of life in the community.
Love that stuff.
It was very jolly. All right, Bloodworth the Invincible.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this game.
Yeah, I'm not done with this yet, but working my way through it the past couple of days.
Great key art.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good key art.
The art is fantastic, and this is based on a novel. And
As everything is.
yeah,
Every single thing is. Seriously.
but yeah, so this is a sci-fi first-person game, like very story-focused. So there's not like combat or anything like that. It's really about making choices and conversations and kind of like looking at clues around the world and like figuring out how to sort of move forward and like solve the mysteries of all of this. The key art like translates really well into like the aesthetics of the game. Feels so great. Just like the landscapes, like you're in a lot of desert type areas, but just the way that like the rocks and stuff are sculpted is really great.
Nice.
And you even like one of the first things that you do is you kind of like you wake up and like for reasons that get explained later, like you kind of like your memory's a little hazy. No Jessicas.
Is my wife dead?
Your memory's a little hazy, but it's like you see like in your notebook you jotted down like different like kind of like rock structures. It's like, okay, this one looks like a crocodile and this one looks like a dog and this one looks like an eye of a needle or whatever, right? But yeah, so this is the look of it though is like it's like old like 60s like sci-fi space stuff, like just big and chunky. Like the robots in it just look like a bunch of like tin cans
Forbidden
with like
Planet
vacuum
shit.
hoses, and just like a teapot looking thing as the head. And like you have this signal tracker that's really cool to where it's like, when you're looking for your crewmates, it's just like a ring of lights, like a bunch of like lights, and it's like, okay, like the closer the light bulb gets to the center is like how far and like what direction to go towards.
Dragon Ball radar.
Yeah, and like you have like a metal detector with like a big like it looks like an old phone wire coming
Cool.
out of it, and like with a green screen and all of that. And then like your notebook is like blue graph paper, so like an architect kind of thing. And even when you pull out you have like a telescope type of thing, like a spyglass kind of thing. You can see like all of the measurements of the focus and like kind of like degraded metal and things like that. So it's like all of it like really great design aesthetics. But yeah, so you're playing as this like very small crew of like, I want to say like 7 researchers or something, and you're brought out of cryo sleep.
Sounds like Alien.
Yeah, not quite. You're brought out of cryo sleep, and your captain is, like, we need to go check out this planet because
Alien.
the other. So there's like I think it's like the Commonwealth and the Alliance, and so like
Commonwealth do Walking Dead?
your Commonwealth and the Alliance is like the other human faction.
Fuck Alliance.
Allied scum.
And their like biggest ship with like hundreds of people on it, the Invincible, is apparently on its way to check out this planet.
Okay.
And you're
Are they looking for a place to live? So it's like the 100 or something?
no, it's not like that, but they're looking at the planet and it's like, well, why? They want to know what is so interesting to the Alliance that they want it, because it just looks like a lifeless desert.
Yeah.
And so
Unobtainium.
Yes.
so you're there's this again small group of researchers, and a lot of the story you kind of get through like a little bits of flashbacks as you like kind of get your bits of memory back. But when you first wake up, it's just like, okay, I'm here. I have limited oxygen. My radio's not working. And so you just kind of
Are
like...
the flashbacks on the planet or like on Earth, or are they on the ship?
Well, the flashbacks are back to going to like remembering what happened when you were on the ship.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So you're on the planet like through the whole course of the game so far. And so you just kind of see like a thing on your map to where the camp is. And so you work your way to the camp. And you get to the camp, and like only one person is there, and he's like just unresponsive.
Lost it.
He like his vitals are good, his pupils respond to the light, but he's just battling.
Whoa.
And you gotta
Annihilation.
But then you take the thing from his radio, and then you're able to start talking to your captain, and through the captain you start kind of working on. It's like, okay, well, we need to find the rest of the crew because the whole crew is scattered, and then start trying to sort out, the things that they've learned already, as well as like what is going on this planet. And so that's kind of where all the mysteries start. Mm-hmm. But there's lots of like little choices along the way. And so one of the ones that the developers had spoiled for me basically at GDC was with this guy that's just sitting there. So there's also this robot that you have in the camp.
Cool.
And it's not responding to instructions. And so you have this thing where like the captain's saying, hey, go out and look for other people. And you have this choice of like, okay, well, I don't want to leave him here by himself in case he like wanders off and hurts himself or whatever. And so you basically insist to stay, and then you help the captain like set up a relay to fix the robot, and then the robot guards the guy. If you don't do that, if you just walk off and start looking for the other people, then apparently this guy just wanders off and walks off a cliff or something.
Cool.
So there's lots of these things along the way where like you're making dialogue choices. You're deciding, do I give my oxygen to this guy or not? Because the planet you're on, it's like, it's breathable, but there's like so much methane that the balance is like if you're out there over a couple of hours, then you're going to start getting like brain damage and stuff.
Whoa.
So it's like you kind of trust that like, okay, either we're going to get off of this planet or I'm going to find another source of oxygen, but I need to keep him alive. That's the choice. It's like, do I try to give him my oxygen to keep him alive, or do I keep it to myself so that I can like make sure both of us stay alive? So it's like those kind of little decisions here and there.
Yeah.
And just even how you respond to different questions that the captain gives you.
Love that.
And then later on, and then one of the things that you see that they were researching is like there's just these weird metal structures that they look kind of like metallic spaghetti, like sticking out of the ground and going under the ground and stuff. And you like use your metal detector to follow those structures because one of the guys was like following those to its source. And there's a whole big mystery about what that's all about. But yeah, a lot of walking around and checking out equipment and stuff like that. And you get like a little car. You find like a little car
Sick.
later on and drive around.
So cool. You were stoked.
And there's stuff in there like, there's like a little black box and like little things to like mess around with to like get it running and stuff.
Sounds kind of like a Dearest or What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah,
type,
a lot
like
of people were comparing it to Firewatch.
Yeah,
like Space Firewatch kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
There's another part where there's a cool thing with the drones and some of the like bigger robots. Again with the aesthetics, to where like you pop them open and you pull out these like slides, and they're kind of like the old school slides that you would put in a projector. Only they're like kind of like this wide, and like they have like just snapshots of things that they saw. And they're like presented, they're like drawn like a comic book. But so you kind of like flip through the slides, and then there's also like different readings of like timestamps and stuff like that. And so it's interesting to sort of like you see through and you kind of like get the backstory of what this drone saw, and then eventually like you get to the slides where it's like it saw you, like you see the photo of yourself. And there's one point where you're like dangling from a rope that the other guy left behind, and again it's like, okay, do I make this big drop, or do I like work with the captain and the drone to like, okay, to like try to like hop onto the drone and sort of like ride it down a little bit. And it's like all of these like little risks and things that you're taking that subtly change what's going on.
I'm curious, are there like, you go in an area, there's like a puzzle you got to solve or anything like that?
Yeah, essentially. Like, especially when you get a little bit further into it, like after you get the car, there are like wider areas. And so sometimes it's like, okay, I feel like I've seen everything, but I don't seem to be, there's not a way that I can go forward. Like there's a big force field up. And so I had to like sort of like explore a little bit more to like figure out how do I lower the force field and then move forward to the next area.
Cool. Are you like, when you're playing this Blood, are you like super intrigued about everything going on, or you want to keep seeing that story what's going to unfold?
Yeah, there's a lot of like different elements of mystery, like 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 some of the crew members, like you want to find out like what happened to them, like what put them into this state.
Love that.
The metal stuff, it's like what happened with them. There are things that your captain says now and then, and it's like, are you telling me everything, or are you holding stuff back?
Weyland-Yutani, like, he's on the take.
Right. Like I don't even I don't even know yet. Like but it seems like he knew more than he let on.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
So and then just the things like the fish when they were researching before you got down there, because they left you up in the ship originally, because it's like, well, it's a dead planet, we don't need a biologist. But then they find these fish, and they're like, well, the fish were afraid of the drone, and that's weird, because usually like animals aren't afraid of things unless they have a reason to.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this will hinge on the payoff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you get a ray gun?
No guns.
Okay.
Well, there are enemies with guns, but
not for you though.
I haven't had any kind of
just
combat
curious.
Or anything. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it needs it. I'm just curious.
It is pretty cool to see like a
always
giant hole through a rock, though. And it's like
yeah, that's funny. Cool, Blood. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah,
sounds interesting.
Sounds really fun, Blood.
All right, now it's time to talk about Goaty. The Goaty.
What?
Warcraft Rumble. Huber's addicted to Warcraft Rumble.
I'm pretty addicted.
Actually addicted. He told me he almost spent like $30.
I spent $27.
You spent okay. I don't even know how this works, dude. Tell me about Warcraft Rumble. What it is for everyone out there.
All right, so Warcraft Rumble. It's only on mobile right now, and you collect Warcraft figures, so little minis.
So annoying, dude.
Yeah,
I love them. They look so sick.
They're all, dude. I have the fucking like orc grunts.
Dude, yeah, dude. Okay, hold on.
My army is sick.
Yeah, hold on. What hero did you get first?
First, I started with the goblin and the mech Sneed or whatever.
Oh, because like it did random ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for everyone at home, like you have units, but you also have like a hero unit that costs more.
Yeah.
I got like like the dragons that have the 4 legs and like Black Rock Mountain.
Yeah.
I got one of those guys, dude. I was like, sick.
Bro, I have Grimosh.
That is tight. Yeah. Kristen has the guy from Skolomance, Baron, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Or Stratholm, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, I want Baron, man.
Yeah.
I want the undead guys.
And there's like Tyrion, I have Jaina, I have like
I skipped
Karen
Jaina.
Bloodhoof.
Dude, yeah, I want undead guys.
$27, you can start getting a lot of these.
No, dude.
No, so the microtransactions, they fucked me. This is why. So playing the game, everything's fine. And the way they do it, the bean counters at Blizzard, they know exactly how to get you. They got me. They got me so hard. Here's how this went down. Playing the game, having a blast. Hey, you've unlocked a limited time thing in the shop.
Oh no.
It's only $2. I'm like, okay, $2.
Yeah.
Let's go. Starting this game out, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Play for a few more hours. You've unlocked a limited time thing for even more stuff because
What was it? What's like the limited time stuff?
it's like some characters, a bunch of gold.
Okay. What's the gold for?
So there's the shop, and you can use the gold to buy
Like
minis.
characters?
Yeah, the
Okay.
characters, and then you can use it to buy like level ups. Or like experience
Level
points,
up your
basically.
characters?
Yeah, because leveling up really matters.
Yeah.
So it's like they were smart enough to know what's gonna hold you back.
Yeah.
So
is
by
it
the
like
time
is
the
it like
shop-
an XP boost or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like you play enough to know, oh, this is how I'm gonna be like really slowed down now, and it's like, hey, spend $2, spend $5.
Yeah.
And then there's like the big. So I bought a 2 and a 5, and then there's like the main $20 one, which is like permanent buffs forever. You just get more gold, you get more
$20.
XP, and a ton of gold.
Yeah. Like I don't like
So,
I
but
don't,
I'm done spending.
Yeah.
because I already have all the
I
characters.
don't think like, dude, if you're gonna play this game for a long
Yeah.
time, it's like and it's permanent, like
Yeah.
$20, like whatever.
Exactly. So I'm in for 27. I've already played like at least 5, 6, 7 hours.
Let's hope they don't be Darth Vader and alter the deal and be like, now it's not permanent.
Yeah.
Psych. Let's explain what the game actually is.
So you get your characters. You have your leader, and you have your 6 characters in your army. So you have 7 characters, and then kobolds as well in all the armies or whatever.
Yep.
So basically, a map starts. There's like Azeroth is the map, and then you play, and every time you beat a level, you get a token, and then when you get enough tokens, you can unlock another part of the map, and that's kind of the single player progression. So really good single player progression, and a match starts, and you're constantly gaining gold up to 10, and each unit costs gold, and you basically have like your tower is like your ballista is like your home base. And
Yeah, it's
then
like a fountain in a MOBA.
Yeah.
When it's dead, it's like over, I think.
and then there'll be a boss character at the other side that you have to kill, and just they're sending enemies your way. You're
Yeah.
sending enemies this
There's,
way.
like,
There's usually a
2
different,
lanes, usually.
2 lanes, 3 lanes. They mix it up, so like pretty good level variety. Nothing crazy.
I did like that some of the early levels were like just a really straight shot lane, but some of them had curves later on. Some
Yeah.
of them had like
High
high
ground.
ground and stuff like that.
High ground will get you. You know, they get those damn dwarf riflemen up there. It's like, ooh, harsh. So yeah, you're just sending. They also have like ballista towers as well. If you take those out, you can start spawning your army there, which is huge. And there's like little meeting stones too you can spawn. So you're like gaining ground, and that's clutch too because it's like you start spawning right near their boss, and it's like you just flood
Yeah, you
them.
can flood them.
There's also gold veins and treasure chests on the map that continually respawn. Both teams can get those, and to get the gold, you have to send like your kobold there. It's 1 gold cost. They die in 1 hit usually. So like
It's
you
just
gotta-
a quick
it
a way to
really
get
helps.
gold quickly. Yeah.
You can get like 1 gold, 2 gold, or whatever, and then the chest like will give you 2 gold. And then like each boss has like usually a different ability. You know, I fought bosses that have like toxic aura around there, so every time you go in, you're just like getting burned to death, or bosses that will like every once in a while they'll just like buff their entire army. So like pretty good boss variety I really like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I recognize like a lot of the guys.
Exactly.
This is the problem for this game for me is because I recognize like all these characters and I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to see them in their cool little toy form.
Like I'm obsessed with my army. Like I'm obsessed with it. It's so cool looking. I got like the ogre magi's who are like
Shit, dude. That's awesome.
I got like some Tauren who can like charge in with the totem and like
wow.
boom.
I have like a troll headhunter, dude.
The trolls are
He's
sick. You put them behind the tanks and they just fucking shred.
So I'm curious about this because I don't really understand. So like, are certain units more effective against other ones?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Explain.
Yeah. So they'll be like you're I mean, it's like to a degree.
Yeah.
So you like have
it's
your
not
tanks.
necessarily like rock, paper, scissors, I think.
So like my orc grunts are like really good tanks. They soak up a ton of damage. The troll headhunters are really fragile, but they can take out air units.
Yeah.
They can snipe from the back ground units. Really, really good, but they're squishy, so you got to protect them. The ogre magi can like give bloodlust to his allies.
What?
Yeah,
Bloodlust?
it's insane. You start leveling up. You know, you level it. This is where you can. The game will really slow down and the grind begins. But the progression's been really nice for a while. But your character's levels really matter because you level up and you get more damage and more health, which is essential. And then, if you collect stars for each character, this is where they get
This
you
sounds
too.
scary.
This is the scary part. Okay, so say you have your orc grunts. If you collect another orc grunt from the shop or a reward, you'll get a star. Once you get 3 stars, they'll go from like common to uncommon.
Oh no.
Then you get a talent.
Oh,
Then you get
talent?
Yeah, and there's 3 talent tiers.
Wow.
After you get 3 stars for the first one though, the next one is 10.
Ooh.
It gets like
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah.
like hundreds of hours
Yeah.
to like fully max out
Never ending.
your army. Yeah. Then like so there's that, just like the main campaign, which is like pretty friendly. Ran into a couple like tough
Yeah,
bosses.
I've only done like 4 or 5 things right now, but it's pretty
flowing.
friendly.
Yeah,
and the matches aren't like too long.
couple minutes long,
Yeah.
nice and chill. I've been like brute forcing a lot so far, but I know once you get a ton of tokens, you unlock a heroic campaign.
Wow,
is
sick! I
probably-
didn't know that. Yeah,
Probably
like
more strategy there.
It's cool here because like you start in like that one zone. They're all like World of Warcraft zones. I'm like, damn you!
Exactly.
Damn,
Yeah.
like, the Badlands.
Yeah, I'm at the
like,
Barrens.
Yeah,
Just like, oh my god.
yeah, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
spending $20.
yeah, because then you get a shit ton of gold, and like to buy a unit in the shop is like 90 gold.
Yeah.
and you can just like buy.
They're gonna add some unit that I want from
Yeah.
like Warcraft 3. I'm just gonna like, dude.
I was just-
Oh.
yeah, they got me.
They're not Arthas down the line. I was like, oh god.
Totally. So there's the main campaign. There's quests, which are
Dailies.
I feel like there's unlimited quests. Quests are basically just like replay a mission to like help level up your units or whatever. To
grind a little bit.
There's other like every couple days 2 zones will be like special, and you play those and it'll give you like random units, which is fun, and that's another way to like just make some more cash. There's PvP, which I've done. I'm like 4-0.
Wow.
Been shredded,
Brute
dude.
force.
My pay to win, dude. Pay to win. No, but it's not. It's actually not pay to win because the PvP parameters change every week. Right now, it's all skill based. It's like no level advantages. Everyone's level 1, nice and chill. It's on like AV. Next week's
No, it's Battlegrounds?
yeah. Next week is Wrathy Basin.
Oh my
I know,
god.
it's
Lumbermill, dude.
out of control.
This is disgusting.
It is.
I'm offended.
It is. Yeah, so matches can be like really quick, a couple minutes. There's PvP. Those have their own insane sets of rewards.
Right.
And then dungeons I unlocked at 30 tokens. Yeah, so dungeons are 3 in a row. You do 3 maps. What's really cool is before each map, you get like an artifact that will change how your army works. So it'll be like, your tanks cost 1 less.
Oh.
Or every time...
It's like Mythic Plus.
Yeah, every time you spawn your leader, you gain like extra gold. Just like all these little weird
Affix.
trinkets. Yeah. when you finish a dungeon, you upgrade your army. So what that means is you have your leader, and then there's like, you know how you like slot in your minis?
Yeah.
So you have your leader here, and then you slot in your 6 minis.
Yeah.
Basically, like you upgrade your army by putting like anyone in this slot gains a level.
I see.
And those will be like a horde unit or like a duo unit or a fast unit. So like you take advantage of that. Those can go up like to +3 is the max. But you'll be grinding those dungeons for a while.
Of course.
But, yeah, my army's all horde, obviously, for the horde. There's guild rewards, but only 15 players max. Super annoying.
Yeah, what is this? Like guild reward? Like how do you do? How's the guild work?
So it's just like your guild is there, and then every time they play, they're like upgrading to the points of the guild, and it goes up to like 3,000 points or something. And like the first tier is Sylvanas, where we've almost got Sylvanas.
Dude, I gotta get in the guild.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'll kick someone out. Sorry.
I'll get in there.
Someone's
dude.
getting kicked. And yeah, things are just always like popping off, you know, the dopamine of the mobile shit.
Yeah,
like
I want Sylvanas.
Yeah, I'm getting suckered in, but like
no.
aside from all that, cut through the noise, like it is just a fun, easy,
I think it's a simple, fun game you can just play with your thumb.
It is exactly, you know, I don't care for mobile games that really, but you know, when a mobile game is Warcraft or like something I'm attached to, and you can play in a couple minutes. Because, like, Hearthstone on your phone, like...
Could last. It can last.
Some of those matches take a long time.
They're burning the rope.
Yeah, every single match in this is, like, a couple minutes at most.
Yeah, at most.
Yeah.
It's a good pace. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. But pretty much I'm just, like, putting my armies down, like, my minions down. I'm just, like, flooding it, you know?
Sick.
Just brute forcing, and that's basically the game.
Can you tell me... Do you remember what dungeon you did?
It doesn't say. It's just like a dungeon.
I was hoping it'd be like
run.
a dungeon.
Like Skullomance.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But-
What's the downside here, Huber, besides probably ridiculous microtransactions?
There hasn't been a lot of strategy, really. It just
flooding
has been.
for now.
Yeah, it just has been a lot of brute force. You pretty much level up the units you're using. So if you do get caught later on and needing something else, leveling up other characters seems like it'll be a pain in the ass. There are ways around that though, but it's like daily stuff, you know?
Yeah. It's meant to keep you playing forever.
Yeah, so, you know, it's always like my complaint in a Souls game where it's like, yo, I've been investing in this weapon for so long, like I want to use other things, but like I don't have the resources because I needed to level up the weapon I'm using. Like, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but they try to help you out with all the rewards that are popping off and obviously, you know, enticing you to spend more money. Like,
Damn, dude.
yeah.
All right.
But
you enticed me.
yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. In the guild too, like when you're on the world map, you see people that are online and like where they are.
Oh,
like,
that's
playing.
sick,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
raids are not there yet. They're coming soon.
my God.
I think the raids are like
It better be
with-
Molten Core first.
Yeah. And I think it's co-op stuff. I'm not sure. I forget what they said.
What?
Yeah. If the raids are co-op, like then I'm
we're
suckered
toast.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, if they do like real raids, like Molten
Yeah.
Core, then Blackwing Lair, then
Yeah.
Naxxramas, I'm gonna be like, no, dude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to not spend another $1. I think I'm good actually because I've got the army I want. You know, I spent 27.
Orcs.
I legit have unlocked every
Ogres,
single.
yeah.
There's 54 troops. Bunch of heroes. I've unlocked everything.
Yeah. Also, I think it's kind of cool that not everything you have is like a unit, like not
Yeah.
a character. Like I have Chain Lightning, and I like put that on the ground, like
You're about to.
zaps everyone.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna get probably like Death and Decay or
know what I
something
got?
like that.
You know what I got?
What'd you get?
Execute.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Execute?
Because I had skeletal warriors, which I was rocking, and you can spawn them anywhere
Sick.
on the map. You don't even need a point. You can spawn them anywhere.
That's
so if like you
awesome.
need some reinforcements, it's like, yo, skeletons. But like they were pretty
weak.
squishy.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, dude, I gotta get like something else. Execute, same thing. It's like you can use it anywhere,
On the
and
map,
it's just
yeah.
like it's just this big
damage.
sword.
Yeah, that's what Chain
comes
Lightning's
down.
like.
Yeah, it's like boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So-
I need a I hope Eviscerate's in the game or something.
I haven't seen.
I need
don't think it is
Eviscerate.
yet.
I need
Yeah.
Eviscerate max combo points.
Yeah. So I think Blizzard is the best spell. It's like 6 gold.
Oh, okay.
And it's like,
Yeah,
slows
of
them
course.
down.
It's a mage thing, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's Blizzard, exactly.
It's a mage spell, of course. It's the
Of
best.
course,
Filthy mages.
Yeah, filthy mages.
All right, dude. Well,
good
this
vibes.
got me annoyingly hyped, and
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed that I spent $27, but I always compare it to like video games.
yeah, whatever, dude. You're
Games
playing
are
it.
70, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
if they're playing a game,
I'm committed.
and you're not spending more than
Yeah.
you would spend on the game.
Yeah.
It
feel like
was-
that's a fair
Yeah.
cost.
It was so funny. When we got to BlizzCon, we were sitting in the hall waiting for the thing to start.
Yeah.
And he just starts downloading it.
Immediately.
And he goes, I'm addicted. Immediately.
the tutorial. I played the tutorial.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
One thing. I'm like, I'm addicted. It's over.
Yeah, dude.
It's over.
It was so good, man. But hell yeah. Warcraft Rumble, who would have
Yeah.
thought we'd be so into it?
Yeah, and just like like Jones with Star Wars.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
God, we got to talk
I
to Jones
know.
about this.
Get Jones in the
you're
guild.
Yeah, because you're just like building your army up, and it's like so addicting to build them up.
will play too.
He will. He
Dude,
will.
we got to call. I wish we could call
Yeah.
him live right now and just ask.
That part's kind of annoying. Is the daily rewards is like,
Whack.
well, no, they're really good. You can do 9 of them. It's like you do 3, you get 1. You do 3, you get 1. You do 3, you get 1, and then it resets at midnight. So it's like after that expires, it's like when you're playing, it's like it's not as like time effective. You know what I mean? Which is probably pretty good if you play like 9 things a day.
Yeah.
But again, I'm level like 10 and 11 or so with all my characters, and now it's like a grind.
Yeah, it's gonna grind. You're hitting the wall.
It's a
Yep.
grind. So like, yeah, and again, leveling up. Like when I put in execute, it was like level 3 or 4, and it's like, dude, I gotta grind this execute up because it's so weak, and like that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, of course they want you to. Yeah.
So it's a game that like is so addicting. You just want to like play and like unlock all the whole map, but it's also like, yo, a mobile game. You need to like keep
you need
it.
to do your chores.
Yeah.
All right. Now it is time for some emails, our final segment on this show. If you would like to send an email, join us on I can't talk. /Easy Allies. $5 and up, you can send in questions to this show, the Easy Allies podcast, reaction shots. Fast and Loose is actually $1, I believe, too, right? That's $1, or is that $5?
I think it's 5 now.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's 5. Everything's 5.
5 Alive.
5 alive. First question is from Steve G. I just finished Jusant, and what struck me about it was not just how much I enjoyed the game, but how different it is from Dontnod's previous works. It's got me thinking about developers who excel in different genres, like Team Asobi making both Plague Tale games and Microsoft Flight Simulator. What different genres would the Allies like to see their favorite developers tackle? A FromSoft combat sports game? A Sony Santa Monica first-person shooter? Love and respect.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been saying that for a bit. Like, I want to see a Sucker Punch or Naughty Dog or Sony Santa Monica like do something lighter.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, I'd really like to see Naughty Dog tackle a Souls game, how they would do it. That'd be really interesting.
That rips, Brad. Yeah, that's
That'd be probably pretty crazy.
yeah.
Because like when you think about the range that like Insomniac has, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like Spider-Man can be both funny and serious, you know. But then you like look at something like Sunset Overdrive and just like crazy over the top.
Yeah,
Ratchet
they
and Clank,
VR
crazy over the
games
top.
and stuff. Song
Sony
of the
yeah,
Deep.
some of those VR games were like on the moody side of things.
Yeah.
Resistance,
Yeah.
which you know.
I miss it.
Yeah. What do you think, Huber? Who would you like to see make something a little unusual?
A Remedy dating sim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very unusual.
Yeah.
Could happen, I guess. They're making a million games, so why not?
Yeah.
Fair enough, dude. I'm trying to think, who else would I like to see make something like a team specifically?
Ooh. Insomniac roguelite.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. They could probably do a pretty good job. Now I want to see
anyone roguelite. Or
Now I
like-
want to see From Software do a roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
Software.
yeah, for sure.
From Software. Metroidvania.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Make that.
Yes.
It kind of is hard for me. You can put From Software and any genre, and
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not fair,
yeah.
Yeah.
Make that. But yes, that would be sick. Because like I could see that in my head, them making that.
And a Blizzard roguelite.
Yeah.
That fits.
Yeah.
Like they have like modes kind of in
Right.
WoW expansions, like semi roguelite-ish, but like
Yeah.
they would crush.
I
that.
really want them to make like a turn-based RPG. Like I think of Sea of Stars, but it's a Warcraft universe.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. Yeah. Like an undead rogue character or something like that. Your orc warrior character. It'd be awesome. All right. This is from Colin Luton.
Hello.
Now that the holy quadrilogy of AAA third-person action horror games of 2023 is out, rank them. Least favorite to favorite. Callisto Protocol, Dead Space Remake, Resident Evil 4, Alanwake 2. That's theirs, I believe. I promise I will hold no hard feelings if Alanwake 2 isn't your number one.
Callisto was last year, right?
No, it was this year.
Was it?
It was the very beginning of this year, wasn't it? Or was it December of last year?
I thought it was December.
It might have been December of last year.
Yeah.
Well, it's nominated. It's eligible to be
TGAs.
nominated. Yes,
Throwing
for
everybody off.
TGAs.
I like that game more than most, but it is dead last.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Then it's Dead Space. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I haven't decided Alan Wake or Resident Evil yet.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, like we talked about it, you know, they're just so different.
Yeah, it's
going
just
for
like what
different
kind of flavor of
things.
ice cream do you like?
Like Alan Wake 2 took bigger swings and was a little more risky and a little more innovative with just how it was presented. But at the same time, Resident Evil 4 Remake to me has like the single greatest combat in a third person fucking survival horror game ever. Like
Yeah.
up there with maybe even surpassing Last of Us Part 2. I don't know. It's, I haven't decided. It's still too fresh. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Callisto is my least favorite on that list.
Yeah.
I'd say Resident Evil 4 is my favorite. As
So
you
much
sa-
replayability.
As you said.
Yeah.
Perfect game.
It is. It seriously is. It like actually is. There's so much content there. Like there's so like Damiani
Yeah.
beat that thing like 9 times. Just all the unlockables, the mercenaries, separate ways. It ran perfectly. The combat. Oh my god, the combat.
In terms of Alan Wake and Dead Space, I don't know with those two yet. I'm not sure which one I liked more.
Wow.
Because they're, like you said, so different.
Yeah.
To me, it's like Alan Wake is more story focused with a great atmosphere, but I think Dead Space has a really good atmosphere too.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I like the design of Dead Space, but I like the design of Alan Wake too, so I don't know.
For me, Dead Space is one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
But there were parts when it dragged a little bit. A little
sure.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
And just
that.
like the walls of the Ishimura were just
yeah, that's fair.
just like,
Totally. What about you, Blood? That you've played?
Yeah, because I haven't caught up on Dead Space Remake or Resident Evil 4 Remake yet, so it's like it's pretty simple. Like,
oh my god, I can't wait to play Resident Evil.
It's Alan Wake for Blood.
yeah, but
Holy crap,
yeah,
I can't wait
I
for
mean,
that
Resident
one.
Evil is still installed, I think, right now.
Hell
so
yeah,
just
it
need
is.
to get
Blood.
to it.
Yeah,
game.
it is. Yeah, it is Blood.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, regardless, survival horror fans, we eating good.
complete local saturation.
Complete local saturation. We're living good.
Dude, Wesker and Mercs, my god.
My God.
Like, so sick.
All right, final question from Sekiro505. Hello, allies. When Unreal Engine 5 was first shown, I thought to myself, this is going to be the new engine for everything. Now, after playing RE4 Remake, Alan Wake 2, and Dead Space Remake with their respective engines on display, I don't want that. The engines are so beautiful and thought out. What engines this gen have you geeking out?
I mean, RE obviously.
RE engine is
the
like,
goat.
and there's
yeah.
like a new one coming out,
Yeah.
like a new RE engine.
Right.
It's like the GOAT
Yeah.
for me. It's like maybe my favorite ever. It
It's so
reminds
good.
me of
What?
Fox Engine.
Oh, Fox
Oh,
engine?
The last time I was like obsessed
Yeah.
with an engine, with like graphics and shit. It's like Fox Engine, RE engine now.
I think the Decima engine, which is really nice, which
Yeah.
is Horizon and
Horizons, yep.
Death Stranding.
Definitely.
Very impressive.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think.
Northlight's sick. It's Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. What did Hi-Fi Rush use, I wonder? I'm not sure.
really don't know.
Maybe it was Unreal. I have no idea. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what it used.
Yeah, shit. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like God of War and Last of Us are in-house
Yeah.
too, right? I don't know if they even have
think so.
named engines
Yeah, I think they're
necessarily.
Yeah.
But somebody probably
Those are
knows.
impressive, yeah. Definitely. Whatever Spider-Man's doing.
I
too.
miss the Order 1880.
Yeah, actually, Insomniac
I just miss it all
is
the time.
killing it with
Oh, the tech?
balancing like
Yeah.
performance and quality.
Yeah, they
on
are
that stuff.
so good.
Yeah.
They're insane. They're insane. First party, baby. Mm-hmm. They know what they're doing.
First party money.
Yeah, absolutely. Naughty Dog, yeah. You bet, dude. You bet.
Like, see,
And Insomniac,
I feel
too.
like Alan Wake 2 is an expensive game, but like
It's, yeah.
for the space it's in, it seems like it's on the cheaper end. They should
Yeah, I think so.
Just release the budget as a flex. I feel like it would shock people
would.
that it's not like 300-400 million.
I could see it
to make.
being
You
like,
mean like the original Hellblade, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
Exactly. Release it as a flex. Tell us.
crazy impressive game made by a very small group
Yes.
of people.
I wonder if Alan Wake's like 80 million or 100 million.
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Remedy is just good working on a budget, which is an incredible skill that
That's
is
why-
undervalued.
Yeah. That's why, no physical release. Like, I get it. They were like, they were penny pinching. They
Penny
were
pinching,
squeezing
dude.
it all
But
the
yeah,
way.
it is cool to see unique engines like Cyberpunk. They use the Witcher engine, I think.
Yeah, the red
It's
engine.
based off that.
Yeah, they're moving
But they're moving
away.
away from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really interesting. Really interesting stuff.
They definitely pushed a lot in that.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
I'll
they
say.
pushed some things too far, but
I'll say. I'll say.
They got there, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't played Cyberpunk yet, it's
Yeah.
like the
Night
best
and
time.
day.
Yeah,
Night and
it's the
day.
best time.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this episode of Frame Trap, though. Some good stuff on here. I got the most hype for Warcraft Rumble.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, it's bad, dude.
Oh,
This is
God.
bad.
Someone's getting kicked.
I got to, take a cold shower or something, dude, to, I got to relax. Thinking about my little unit, boys.
Yeah.
It's
When
ridiculous.
you level up, Grimage levels up, and he's like, ah, with his axe. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
so sick.
this is
dude.
harsh.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
All right, Michael.
Yes.
Bloodworth, thanks for being here. I enjoyed this episode. As always, thank you for watching and listening, everybody. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.